Well, a tradition here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, so close to Veterans Day, is the military flyby. And for some players in particular, like All-Pro linebacker Derek Thomas, it has special significance. You see, back in the late 60s, his father was on a bombing mission over Vietnam. And ironically enough, the name of the mission, Operation Linebacker. So a special day for Derek Thomas. And as always in Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium, it is ready to rock as the Chiefs have sold out every game this year again. And Lynn Elliott will kick it off to Bell, along with Brian Mitchell, who is the #1 kickoff man in the National Football League. The Chiefs at 7-1. The Redskins at 3-6. Here we go. From the 6-yard line, it's William Bell with an entourage. He tried to cut at the 20 and slipped down at the 21-yard line, and down he goes, and tackled on the play by Tony Richardson. Gus Frerotte is coming off a career game against the New York Giants last week, 345 yards throwing. And on that offensive line, there are some protection help today coming from Trey Johnson. With Patton, Ray Brown's had a great year. Giesick, the center, and Ed Simmons as consistent a right tackle as you'll find. Backfield, Terry Allen along with Mark Logan. The receivers, Shepard and Winans, and the tight end is Scott Galbraith. Redskins open up, first down and 10 yards to go at their own 21-yard line with Allen by himself in the backfield. And Terry Allen gets the call, and busting up the middle, he's got a gain of about 9, make it 12, and Mark Collins makes the stop and a first down to the 32. 43 base defense for Kansas City, which has been highly ranked all year long with Mickle, Saleamua, Joe Phillips, and Smith. Phillips and Saleamua have really made that middle now very tough to run on. Thomas, Simeon, and Jamison are the linebackers. In the secondary, Hasty, Collins, Washington, and the very talented Dale Carter. It is a first down, and once again they go to Terry Allen. He goes head over heels up to about the 34. Gain of 1 as Brian Washington chopped him down on the play.
The first play that you saw, Terry Allen, he had a long yard. He was able to run a cutback. That time there was too much penetration. And the biggest difference with the Kansas City Chiefs defense is they've gone to a penetrating front line. So you see the big play for minus yardage.
Second down and 9, and the ball is resting at the 34-yard line. Allen again by himself in the backfield. Allen gets it once again. They've gone to him every play, and he's out to the 37-yard line and brought down by, once again, Brian Washington.
Watch the tight end in motion. They call it a wham when you block a down lineman. He's going to go in motion and block a down lineman and open up the hole. He actually got the linebacker on a down block and allowed Terry Allen to scoot up through there.
Brian Mitchell now comes in on third down, and he is a key third down player. 3rd down and 6. And the Redskins, one of the better third down teams in the National Football League. Coleman Bell is in motion.
Oh, shit.
And Frerotte to throw for the first time. He's got his receiver, Leslie Shepard, but short of the first down. He gets as far as the Redskin 41, and Martin Bayless, the former Redskin, tackles Leslie Shepard.
There's inexperience of a young receiver. Shepard, if he would have turned up inside, he had a first down, and he tried to go sweep around and turn in a big play. You got to go get the first down. Leslie here needs to turn up right now, and he tries to go to the outside right there, and that cost him from making the first down. Good tackle by Martin Bayless.
Tamark Vanover is deep back inside the Kansas City 20, the AFC Special Teams Player of the Month. And the punt by Matt Turk, as good a net punter as you'll find in the NFL. And Vanover from the 1. Maybe ill-advised to take the punt. And he's out to the 6 with a penalty marker thrown. Scott Turner makes the stop. That was a 57-yard punt by Matt Turk of the Redskins. Penalty flag is back at the 37-yard line.
There's another youngster. You should fair catch it and not back up from the 10-yard line. Signal fair catch, let the ball go in the end zone, but there's a penalty. Illegal man downfield against the Redskins.
An eligible downfield early on a kick. Number 91, 5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
91 is Matt Vanderbeek on the special teams for the Washington Redskins, and so they'll march it back. And they came in today, Jerry, thinking the Redskins had to have great beginning field position and then force bad field position on Kansas City. Well, they just let a golden opportunity slip right there.
They had them, in a perfect spot for the Redskins, 98 yards away. Ill-advised by the rookie trying to run that punt back. Vanover didn't make a good decision, but the man downfield cost him, so they got to do it again.
Turk, by the way, has only had 12 of his 33 punts returned. That means there's pretty good hang time on his punts.
It's not only hang time, it's positioning. He'll punt it to one side where they're not covering the whole field. They'll just cover half the field because he will directional punt this thing.
So the penalty marches it back for Washington. Vanover at the 18-yard line. And they've got the return on. Another good punt by Turk, and Vanover with the fingertip catch at the 16-yard line, breaking free. Vanover with the kicker to beat, and he finally is brought down by William Bell. One of the best returners in the National Football League just busted one free from 34 yards.
This quarter brought to you by GMC. 365 days a year.
Put whatever you want on the side, as long as you have these 3 letters on the front. Sierra. 365 days a year.
Oh yeah, you can connect the wires now.
Ow! Why be in the dark? The Brother P-Touch. It tells you what's what.
Think I'll just defrost something for dinner.
Take the mystery out of life. The Brother P-Touch electronic labeling system for office, home, and computer. It tells you what's what. Available at these fine stores.
Global's got a whole world of information tonight. Make an appointment with Global tonight starting at 6 and stay in touch with your world. You're watching the NFL on Global.
Nice view of downtown Kansas City, and there's the Chiefs coach, Marty Schottenheimer.
And one thing Marty told us that he was going to challenge his return people. He said, Vanover, you got to be a better returner than the Washington Redskins had. And they started right off and got him in excellent field position.
Well, for Washington, that is the longest return they have allowed on punts this year. Kansas City near midfield, first down and 10 yards to go. And Marcus Allen busting up the middle and down to the 44-yard line of the Redskins with a nice pickup on the play. Well, here in Kansas City, they're talking about Steve Bono. The Chiefs were not concerned. They had seen him in the offseason and last year in practice behind Joe Montana, but they didn't know how, Jerry, he would face adversity. I think he has answered a lot of questions.
15 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. That's Marty Schottenheimer football. He does not give the ball away, and they always lead the league in takeaways.
In fact, they've led him since 1990 in that giveaway, takeaway category. Gain of 6 by Marcus on first down. It is second down and 4 from the 44-yard line. And a nice fake to Marcus, and Bono going deep, and the double coverage on Willie Davis. And it is incomplete in the end zone. Tom Carter was there covering along with Stanley Richard, the former San Diego Charger.
And at no time was the receiver open. The Redskins were not fooled by the play action. They have the safety in the cornerback. They got over and under coverage on him. He still puts the ball in there close enough they had a chance on catching it, but good coverage by the Redskins.
A great offensive line for Kansas City. Alt is the highlight at that left tackle, but in the middle, Zott, Grunhard along with Shields, and the right tackle is Ricky Sigler. Allen and Anders in the backfield, Davis and Dawson the wideouts, and Keith Cash is the tight end. It is third down and 4 for Steve Bono with pretty good time and getting a block, and then guns it down the middle, and the pass is caught for a first down at the 30-yard line. The tight end, Keith Cash, is there. They move the chains, a gain of 16 yards.
And they absolutely, Kevin, could not get him on the ground. It looked like a rodeo with a mad bull. He wasn't going down. It took the whole team to corral him.
Redskins employ a 43 with Sterling Palmer, Gaines, Mark Boutte, and Tony Woods. The linebackers, Patton along with Stevens and Harvey, three very good ones right there. Stevens leads them in tackles. The secondary with Green and Carter at the corners, and Richard along with Washington at the safety positions. James Washington, the former Cowboy, just returning last week from a lengthy injury. It is first down and 10 for Kansas City at the 28-yard line of the Redskins, and the pitch out to Marcus with a nice block. He cuts and goes the other way, and Allen takes it to the 19-yard line. Richard and Patton make the stop. Now for a McDonald's game break. Let's go back to James Brown in Hollywood.
And Kevin, the Packers looking impressive on their opening drive. An 86-yard drive capped by this 13-yard dance to the end zone by Edgar Bennett. 7-0 Packers over the Vikings. Back to Kevin and Jerry.
So Green Bay with a big game in the division against the Minnesota Vikings. And they're going to measure it on the field. And he's got the first down, so a gain of 10 by Marcus Allen. Running up, Jerry, against the 28th rush defense in the NFL of the Redskins.
And not only that, they broke the defensive front. They wanted to play cover 2 to help their corners. So a linebacker walked all the way out in the slot. They had one less linebacker in the core of the formation to stop the run. When you do that against Marcus Allen, there's nobody to whack him down. He's going to have a good day.
And again, Kansas City goes with a couple tight ends, Cash and Derek Walker. Chiefs have not scored on their opening drive this year. Last year they led the league in that category. Marcus Allen takes it by the 15-yard line and down the 14-yard line, where he's brought down by Mark Boutte.
And the whole line moved there. We introduced the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line. We talked about how good they were. Watch on this view. This whole group is going to move. Everything moves in red. Good hold, good cut. A hard time getting your hands on Marcus Allen with Shields at guard and Zott at guard.
Just inside the Redskin 15. Second down and 6 for Kansas City. No score in the first quarter. And he got it away in time, and he gets it out to Kimball Anders, who's got the first down at the 7-yard line of Washington. The pressure was coming up from Tony Woods and Ken Harvey, and Bono waited to the last second and got the completion out to Anders.
And again, the Redskins are trying to help their secondary. The linebackers walked out, so a corner has this flat. They're playing cover 2. And he's late coming up.
And look how open it was, Anders.
Wide open. They were in a cover 2 where the corner, he didn't come up to the flat when the back broke to the flat like he should have.
Greg Hill becomes a receiver on the near side. Upcoming is the 7th play of the drive for Kansas City. First and goal from the Redskins 7. Bono to Leroy Thompson, the former New England Patriot and Pittsburgh Steeler, picks up a couple before he's topped down by Tim Johnson.
There's not an 8-man front against the run, so when you see the defensive front, I want to show you this. This is the linebacker out here on the slot so that the corners can play flat and they can play too deep. When you do that, you don't have enough people inside to stop the power running game. But they're trying to help the secondary by walking the what's called the weak side linebacker out on the slot.
Second down goal from the 5. Marcus Allen in the backfield. Allen gets the call. Marcus Allen close to the goal line. No call made. He'll be shy by the length of a football. James Washington made the stop, and Jerry, you go back to the 34-yard punt return by Vanover. That gave him great field position beginning at the 50-yard line.
That's tough to play the Chiefs and letting them start at the 50. When we opened up the show, we said they had to have a long field for the Redskins to have a chance. They're inside the 1 right now. Redskins got to rear up and fight them here.
Tony Richardson will join Marcus Allen in the backfield. Third down and goal at the 1. Fake by Bono, looking for the tight end, and he threw it away. They were going for Keith Cash. Sometimes on that play, number 73, Joe Valerio, becomes a tight end eligible, and they often go to him. Not in that case. They went to the starting tight end, Keith Cash, and the pass is a little bit high.
I'm kind of shocked at that being inside the 1-yard line with the offensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs that come back and try a play-action pass. Really doesn't fit in with what they do, and I know Marty, he'd rather stick it down your throat than to do that, but because being a third down, I guess they thought they'd go ahead and throw.
They have had incredible success throwing that short inside the 5. A timeout taken by the Redskins and Coach North Turner. We're scoreless in Kansas City.
Jimmy, 365 days a year.
For the game.
Rob Clark, this is your right guard sports moment.
Even under the most grueling conditions, Right Guard Sports Stick works to keep you dry, confident, and odor-free.
Rob, come on, we're late.
Right Guard Sports Stick, right there when you need it.
Now, to each man who shaves, there's an edge all his own. Only Edge Gel has 7 custom formulas, from extra moisturizing to sensitive skin, for a close, comfortable shave. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
Global delivers suspense. Experience the unknown. Stretch the limits. Friday night. It's Sci-Fi Night. Global's got 2 hours to explore the unexplained. Friday at 8. You're watching the NFL on Global.
The Chiefs began this drive at the 50 after the Redskins had punted the ball. We're scoreless in Kansas City. Jerry has it 4th down and goal with the nose of the football almost touching the goal line.
And you wonder why they threw on a 3rd down here with the offensive line of the Chiefs and the good backs. I was surprised at the pass. But here they are now, 4th down, going for it.
Richardson and Allen in the backfield with 3 tight ends. 4th down and goal. Around the Richardson block, it's a touchdown run by Marcus Allen. His 101st rushing touchdown.
That's the play we were looking for on 3rd down. I think that's the difference in Marty Schottenheimer today than probably where he coached when he first got here. When he first got here, they would have pounded this in on 3rd down, where now they'll go ahead and throw the football. It's a lead in the backside guard looping around. Dave Scott comes around behind the center along with the lead back. So you got 2 people in the hole ahead of the running back.
Glenn Elliott on the Louis Aguiar hole will put it up and give Kansas City the 7-0 lead. 1 possession for Kansas City, 1 touchdown, and Marcus Allen ushers him in for 7.
GMC, 365 days a year.
Duracell, the copper top, tops them all. It's their justification for sacrifice and the reward for greatness. It's called the Super Bowl, and this year it's in Arizona. The brewers of Budweiser are sending up to 200 Canadians to tackle Arizona, including the big game. For your chance to win, pick up a case of Bud or call 1-800-566-6699 for no purchase entry. Arizona just got hotter.
From hard-hitting news features to heartwarming personal profiles, 60 Minutes has stories that will move you. Global's got it tonight at 7.
Opening game drive by the Kansas City Chiefs. They go in on a 1-yard touchdown run by Marcus Allen.
Watch Dave Zott. He's going to pull and hook his left arm around the right guard, Will Shields, and just run a loop around the pile and pick up the backer who's got to make the tackle. And he's got him right there. Blocking Rod Stevens. Good offensive line for the Chiefs.
Kickoff by Elliott. Here's our first look today at Brian Mitchell inside the 5-yard line as he takes it to the 21-yard line. Bang down there. Great Kansas City special teams. Greg Minuski was there on the kickoff by number 2, Len Elliott. Well, next week, the NFL's oldest rivalry heats up as the Chicago Bears battle the Green Bay Packers, followed by the game that everybody's talking about, San Francisco against the Cowboys, an anticipated matchup. It all begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check local listings for the game and time in your area right here on the Fox Television Network. There's a good look at Dave Zott. Very experienced Kansas City offensive line. Second possession today for Washington. First down and 10 yards to go after 22. Farrat, and he's got the tight end and a catch by Jamie Asher, and a first down out to the 39, a pickup of 17 yards.
For you people that have not seen Gus Farrat, you're going to see something special. This guy has excellent feet. Watch the quick feet as he goes back, and the ball comes out. This is not your normal second-year quarterback. This guy is special.
The feet.
The feet. He's got the quickest feet. I call him there's Farrat feet wannabes, and then there's Farrat. He's got the feet.
First down and 10 from the 39 for Washington. And they swing it out on the wing to Terry Allen, who finds yards out to the 43-yard line and picks up 4 on the play before he was met by George Jamison.
And you have to be careful. Just because you got scored on, don't go away from your game plan and go pass, 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 pass. You got lots of time, so stay within your game plan. And to win this thing, Terry Allen's got to carry the load.
Marcus Allen. Second down and 6. We've got 6:13. Clock ticking here in the first quarter. 7-0 Kansas City on top. A fake by Farrat. Flag thrown. Quick pass caught on the side. Leslie Shepard. Yards good for a first down. A 15 on the play. Let's see what that penalty flag is all about on the far side. It was dropped at about the 47-yard line. Redskins have 1 penalty, and this one is against Kansas City.
Must have lined up offsides. Maybe they play bump and run with the corners. Sometimes your corners get so close if you're a bump and run team, they're offsides.
Offsides. Defense number 40. 5-yard penalty. The penalty is declined. For first down.
Number 40 was the right corner, James Hasty, who was covering Shepard on that play. And he was so close in the bump and run that his hands were in the neutral zone. But yeah, I love that bump and run football.
Mark Logan becomes a wide receiver. Allen is in the backfield by himself. Redskins at the Kansas City 43. The deepest penetration today. Right out of the pocket, got a great block, affording Farrat some time, and he's looking down the sideline, and it's incomplete for Titus Winans. And you can see Vaughn Booker is down. And he is filling in for Darren Mickle, who has been injured with his shoulder, so they can't lose Booker now on that line.
All right, here's Farrat, a rookie quarterback. This is a linebacker standing on the slot, very similar to what they're. Here's your corner in the flat, so you know it's too deep. When you got this and this, they can't stop the run cutback if you play a too deep zone. Now, Kansas City was able to come back and run against that, where Farrat left the pass on, and you're going to have 2-on-1 going down the sideline. What he's got to be able to do when you're reading their mail and you know it's cover 2, you got to do what Kansas City did, Kevin, and come back and stuff the run at you.
Reading the mail. You just
don't
want that mail. You don't want that mail open, do you?
No, reading the mail means pre-snap read. You know what it is before you got the ball in your hand, so make the adjustment before the ball comes in your hand.
Vaughn Booker was playing the right end, and he was coming in, and they left one protector back there. That was the running back, Terry Allen. You can see he chopped him down well. So Booker gets off under his own power. May just had the wind knocked out of him as you see him on the sideline. And taking his place is Pelham McDaniels, the right tackle. It is second down and 10 for the Redskins, who began at their own 22 for the second consecutive possession today. And a mix-up in the backfield as Logan bumps into the quarterback, and Allen finally got the call and moves it ahead for about a yard.
There was a real mix-up. I don't think the backs knew which guy was going to get the ball.
Now some shoving after the play as they got a pile of players. Neil Smith is on the ball. There may be some contention that there was a fumble, and Trey Johnson, 77, seems to be in the mix of it as well, the offensive lineman for Washington.
And this is the first game for Trey for a while, so he may have some pent-up emotions he hadn't been able to let go because he had that injury. And he's back playing for the first time in about 3 weeks, and they need him. He's a full-speed tough guy.
About as valuable an offensive lineman as Washington has. He has missed 5 of the last 7 games with an injury.
And then you talk about their other guard, Ray Brown, and you come on Kansas City with Will Shields and Dave Zott. We got 4 of the best guards in all of football in this ballgame.
It is 3rd down and 9. Washington at the Kansas City 42. Farad moves up well, has his receiver, and it's off the fingertips of Anthony Davis in the pass intended for Orlando Truitt.
And they had underneath coverage. He was never wide open. Farad took a chance on this. Watch the man at the top of the screen coming across the middle, but their zone, look at the people underneath. Woo! Farad got away with one. That's a bad throw into an area where you could have had it picked off.
Farad until that time had gone 4 of 5. As you see, Tamarik Vanover averaging 10 yards per punt return. He'll get his second today from Matt Turk. And he'll let this take a bounce in the end zone. And a touchback will take it to the 20-yard line for Kansas City for their second possession today. A 42-yard punt by Matt Turk. We're in the first quarter and 5:04 remains. Kansas City 7, Washington nothing.
Put whatever you want on the side, as long as you have these 3 letters on the front. Sierra. 365 days a year.
Everybody was famous, every actor, every industrialist, but a lot of pretty shady people as well traveled on this trade. Everyone wants to see something new and sort of be refreshed by a new experience. American Express has always had a great reputation in tourism. The American Express customer is our sort of customer.
American Express is welcomed on the Orient Express and for other moving experiences.
I'm Sean O'Shea at the University of Pittsburgh, which could become the first treatment center for a new breed of addict, computer users who are hooked on the internet.
I was spending so much time on the computer, these 10 to 12 hours a day in most cases.
The problem begins in schools where internet use is free, but it comes at a high price.
I think the internet addiction could be potentially an epidemic.
Caught in the Web. A global news special report Monday at 6:30 on First National. This quarter brought to you by GMC. 365 days a year.
Washington just punted for a second time to Kansas City today.
Watch this with Brian Washington with Mitchell of all people. So there's a little emotion in this game. They start shoving each other around. There's a grab in the face mask. There's Walker trying to get Washington off of Mitchell. 2 hands to the face mask. I'm surprised Brian Washington was not penalized on that one.
So Steve Bono has it for a second time today. 1st down and 10 from his own 20-yard line. Anderson Allen in the backfield, and with the Anders ball, here comes Marcus Allen, hurdling a defender, and he's out to the 23 and brought down by Tom Carter.
The Redskins defense is staying with the cover two safeties deep. I think in order to stop Marcus Allen, they're going to have to go to an 8-man front like we saw him do against Detroit.
Bring more bodies up front.
Got to bring more people or Marcus will just grind you up. But they're trying to help their corners in pass coverage, but I don't think they have enough people to stop the run.
Allen picked up 4 in the previous play. 2nd down and 6 yards to go. 7-0 Kansas City, late first quarter from Arrowhead. And Marcus again. Running up the middle. Jerry, you thought that may be exactly where they were going. Here's another pushing and shoving battle going on at the 20-yard line. And this is Jeff Criswell against Rich Owens on the defensive line of Washington.
That's 3 fights in about 3 minutes. So somebody's bringing some emotion to this ball game. One team had a bye week, and the other team is frustrated by not winning enough games. The official knew right away that there was going to be a problem. He's in there trying to break it up. You usually cannot swing with the official around.
It doesn't look a lot like Bowen Holyfield last week, but more like maybe Tyson against Mathis, because it was a couple of phantom punches thrown in there as we see a player down, and that is Sterling Palmer at the 29-yard line.
They can't afford to lose Sterling Palmer. They have enough injuries in Washington without adding to that.
And that may be the one thing, Jerry, that this Redskin team has really been staggering with all season long, is the lack of a pass rush and any kind of depth on that defensive line.
Well, when you have those two things working on your defense, you're trying to help the secondary with a cover two, and then you don't have enough to stop the run, so you build an 8-man front, and then you have trouble playing the pass one-on-one. So one problem adds up to the other. But you got to like the Redskins. With all that going on, they fight you hard every game all the way. '97's falling down. He's on his knee. Oh, caught the top of his foot.
You didn't even know Allen was submarining in there.
No.
Kansas City will now line up with 4 wide receivers, and the Redskins will counter with 6 defensive backs as we see Palmer being assisted off the field. This is the third down, Jerry, that Kansas City has faced today. And the one thing that they've always talked about here was getting 3rd and short. Well, they've had 3rd and 4, 3rd and 1, and here's a 3rd and 4 right now for Steve Bono.
That keeps the drives going. The 3rd and 7 pluses is where you get chased out and you got to punt. 4 wide receivers.
With Marcus Allen in the backfield. No flag. Bono caught. Damon Hughes, first down to the 38-yard line.
Had underneath zone coverage. It looked like the Redskins were going to be able to make the play. But watch Hughes take the ball right out of the air and then wiggle away. To your left, he's coming underneath. There's 29 waiting for him. That's Scott Turner. In that type of coverage, you got to be able to take away that slant. That defense should have won in that situation. The players got to make some plays here.
Kansas City, another first down as Bono checks off. First down and 10 for the Chiefs at their own 39-yard line. Bono with no time as he's hit and throws a wobbly pass incomplete. Ken Harvey, who has 3 sacks, just about notched his 4th right there. He is a free agent pickup a year ago from Arizona and as good a rushing linebacker as you'll find in the NFL.
On this replay, this is why Bono's good. They bring the safety up and build an 8-man front. The minute they come up for the 8-man front, he walked up late. Then Bono audible to the pass. He's not going to run into the 8-man front. Nice job of hurling over the blocker.
Who is Kimball Anders, number 38.
He's on the ground too much. He's looking for worms. He's got to get up and hit him in the chest.
2nd down and 10. Marcus with the fingertip catch. He's got to get to the 49 for a first down, and he's belted out of play at the 48 by Dexter Nottage. There's so many weapons in this Kansas City offense.
And they're spraying the ball around right now that the Redskins do not feel comfortable. Whatever the Redskins are doing, Kansas City and Bono's mind, his brain, his game plan is taking them to the weakness of the defense.
There are thoughts from people close to this team and really around the National Football League, Jerry, that he may know the West Coast offense even better than Steve Young does out in San Francisco.
Well, he sat around and watched it more. A lot of people think of Bono as being a young guy. He's been in the league a long time, just hasn't played a whole lot.
Here he's got 3rd down and short. Once again, 3rd and short for the Chiefs from the 48-yard line. Marcus Allen. And he digs close to a first down. He had to get just beyond the 49, and they should move the chains, and Kansas City should continue their drive here late in the first quarter.
Watch Dave Zott. Watch this guard. They're not going anywhere without him coming up through along with the fullback. Wow, what a nice block. He picks off Rod Stevens and goes right up for the first down.
When we were watching tapes over the last couple days, I don't know if I recall, Jerry, in all the games we have done this year, that we've seen the interior linemen move as much, shifting around, following, going up different holes.
Will Shields, and you got to talk about their center, Grunhard. These 3 people can do about what they want against every team we've seen inside.
7th play of the drive. Greg Hill fumbles, and the Redskins have jumped on it. Dexter Nottage, who just made the tackle on Marcus Allen, And the turnover for Kansas City, which is almost foreign to head coach Marty Schottenheimer, comes up to bite him. And look where the Redskins will have the ball.
And they need that field position. And Marty's about gone into shock because his teams, it's an easy play. You just stick it in his stomach. Watch the ball come out, reverse pivot, clamp down too soon. The ball, his arms were clamped down before the ball was there. You don't see this with a Marty Schottenheimer team. This gives the Redskins the short field. For them to win this game, they have to have short field most of the day.
That is only the 9th giveaway by the Chiefs this year, the lowest in the National Football League. So the Redskins, who needed field position today, begin at first down and 10 yards to go with the Terry Allen run to the 43 as he picks up 2 and brought down by Keith Traylor, number 94.
And that time, Terry Allen was following his blocking. And we believe when you do that against Kansas City, there's enough good defensive players. There's not, when he busted the big run, he made a cutback away from where the play's supposed to go. You can't run where you're supposed to go today because they'll whip you on the other side of the line.
Terry Allen, the 2 knees which have been surgically repaired, but he's tired of talking about that. He says, I just want to run the ball.
I'm a football player, and forget about my knees.
2nd down and 8. Here comes the rush, and there goes the pass. Whistling over the head of Leslie Shepard. Incomplete. Pressure on from Dan, Saliamua, and Booker right in the face of the young quarterback.
And this is the difference with the defensive line for Kansas City. They're penetrating on every down. Watch for Rott. Good play action. And here comes big 99 Byrne. He knew he had to get rid of the ball. Oh, what a nice play.
New scheme defensively in Kansas City this year.
Nobody playing 2 gaps. Everybody on the corner. Everybody playing a shoulder and penetrating every down. That's the difference with Kansas City.
3rd down and 8. 3 receivers at the disposal of Farrar. Mitchell's in the backfield. There goes a flag. They blow it dead right there before it's even allowed to begin. So it looked like someone on the left side, and perhaps even Neil Smith, who has perfected that flinch move. He has really made it a study of his, and
he can make your rock back.
Ball start prior to the snap, number 76.
Right tackle.
5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
The right tackle is over Neil Smith. Neil Smith will move his feet with his hands still on the ground, and that's how he gets people to rock.
And how does he control?
There it is,
that
right
to
there.
me is an unbelievable
There it
thing.
is.
Penalty will push it back now, so it is 3rd and 13, and it's back at about the 48-yard line.
You saw Neil Smith step with his foot but not move his hand, and that gets the offensive tackle.
Farrar has missed his last 3. Good time and a high pass again. And again he goes to Titus Winans. Farrar is a little bit high today on his passes.
Getting hurried too much. They're all over him. The bump and run is knocking off the time pattern, and he knows the pressure's coming after him. This is the most hurried I've seen Farrar. We've had him for 2 years, and the bump and run is knocking off the time pattern, and he knows there's pressure after him.
We should mention, too, he is throwing into a pretty stiff breeze here at Arrowhead today.
I think what's even bigger than that is his normal wide receiver that he counts on has got the injury, and he's not here.
That Turk to punt for a 3rd time, so the Redskins can't cash in on the Kansas City fumble and brilliant field position, and this is off the side of his foot. And Kansas City will get the ball, and a flag is thrown. A late flag is thrown back at the 47-yard line. This punt is out of bounds at the Kansas City 38-yard line.
I've seen a lot of bad punts in the National Football League. This may be the worst bad punt I've ever seen.
We saw some pretty bad ones last week in Foxborough. That is a hold against the Redskins.
That'll be turned down. Now, you talk about bad punts. This thing here may be going to the Hall of Fame as the worst bad punt. He's trying to directional punt it.
On the kicking team, number 64. Penalty is declined. 1st down.
You don't think that wind may have blown it off kilter for him?
No wind in the world has been that strong. That thing that was a home run in the test tube, and that's the only place that ball was any good.
One time it was that strong. That was in Chicago for then giant punter Sean Landeta. Remember, he whiffed one in a playoff game.
He missed a drop. He dropped the ball and missed it. I remember that.
Kansas City will now get their 3rd possession. They have started at midfield, started at their own 20-yard line. This drive begins at their own 38. Where they've got it 1st down and 10 with a 7-0 lead over Washington. And the handoff with the block from Criswell. Kimball Anders, 1st down, the stiff arm to the 47 of Washington. Anders picks up 14.
Now
the Chiefs have a first down.
Watch the offensive line. Watch the people pulling, leading this play. There goes the guard. Here comes the tackle. Just staying in behind, following him on through there. Backside guard and tackle. Will Shields on the kick out. Boy, that's pretty. This line can wear you out, and that's the way Marty likes to play.
First down and 10 from the Redskins 47-yard line. And it's off to Greg Hill, #1 pick out of Texas A&M a season ago, and Mike Flores was there with the stop. Hill's the one who fumbled, you may recall, the last Kansas City possession.
And they like Greg Hill. They like his speed, and they like his ability. But the guy, the money player, is still Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen, this team is a very unusual. This team, the veterans feel it's their team. And all respect to Marty and all respect to the general manager, they think it's their team, and they don't want rookies in there making mistakes.
Chiefs have won 4 straight. Redskins have lost 3 of 4. It's the Chiefs by 7 at the end of 1 here in Arrowhead.
It's the most energy efficient home on the block.
900 dealer buying power
means saving energy and saving money.
Brighten up your workshop with the PowerSmart GE Bright Stick.
We buy big,
you save big.
25 inches long, 25 watts. On sale now.
Now that's buying power. Plus lots of friendly advice. 100% Canadian owned. Insulating you from low temperatures and high prices.
Great price, friendly advice at Home Hardware.
Dear Dave, I got a degree, got a job, got my first paycheck, got a shop.
Where's the rest?
Luckily, there's a Wendy's nearby. I get lots of delicious choices even though I'm on a limited budget. My favorite meal's a $1.39 Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, 99-cent baked potato, and a Biggie Coke. They're the perfect size. Imagine on my salary getting so much delicious food made fresh and served hot. They say in the business world there's no such thing as a free lunch. Luckily, this comes close. Thanks.
Any closer, and I'd be out of business.
Live, the ultimate showdown on ice. Olympic legends compete head-to-head. Master showman Scott Hamilton. Brian Boitano, a jumper who has reached new heights. The ever-graceful Victor Petrenko. Two-time gold winner Katarina Witt. Spirited skater Kristi Yamaguchi. And Lillehammer winner Oksana Bayul. The world's top Olympic winners compete in the 1995 Gold Championship. Global's got it. Saturday, November 18th.
Second quarter begins in Kansas City with the Chiefs and a Marcus Allen touchdown run on top. Well, when they were growing up on the streets of New York, they used to break the law. Now they are the law. The hippest cops on television work the toughest beat in the nation. It's New York Undercover. Thursdays at 9, 8 Central, right here on the Fox Television Network. With Jerry Glanville, this is Kevin Harlan. We begin the second quarter with the Kansas City Chiefs on the move at the 45 of Washington. They got it second down and 9. Greg Hill is in the backfield, and they send the tight end Cash, who was one time in the Redskins camp, in motion, and the pass caught by Derek Walker, who is to the 38 and probably about a yard shy of a first down. Rod Stevens makes the stop.
They're bringing the tight end or back over the middle, and what you do if you're not playing a 3-4 against this scheme, all they're reading is the middle linebacker for the Redskins. Whichever way Rod Stevens goes, he goes the receiver away from the middle linebacker. So it's a hard offense to stop unless you got 2 inside linebackers.
And if you're Kansas City today, make no mistakes. They've already fumbled once.
That'll be it for them for a while.
Marcus is back in the game. Third down and 1. And the pitch out with the Richardson block. It's Marcus getting the first down at the 36-yard line. Ken Harvey was there. Kansas City has done a great job on converting third downs today. They come in with a pretty good percentage, but today they are 4 of 5 in that category.
And one reason they're 4 of 5, they're not in any third and longs. Like this last one's a 3rd and 1 or a 3rd and 2. Watch the guard pull. Will Shields leading Marcus. All he needs is a yard. Look at Will. Give Will the ball. He's running up through there.
Well, they didn't give Marcus as good a spot as I think everyone in the Kansas City sideline was hoping. And so Marcus, in fact, will get a pretty good look and see how close he is. But he should be there with the first down.
You tell him to get out of the way there, Marcus.
And he does a little jump rope, and he's got it by the length of the football. We talked to Marcus Allen, 35 years old, yesterday for a long time here at Arrowhead Stadium.
He's the guy that told me that they really respect Carl Peterson. They love Marty Schottenheimer. but the veterans think this team can go somewhere special. And he said, we jump on the rookies when they make a mistake before anybody else in the organization get to them. We want to do things right and do things properly.
Not a lot of guesswork on what Kansas City has done on first down today. First down and 10. For a second time, they will throw on first down. It's Bono, and it's incomplete. His receiver, Webster, Slaughter, and Davis were cutting toward the middle, and the pass is incomplete. As you see, Minnesota's come back on Green Bay for a 3-point lead.
What was very unusual there, first and 10 was all run. First and 10 was run. 8 runs to run pass. So watch James Washington, the safety. He says, if they're going to run, I'm going to walk up and I'm going to stop the run. It's a pass, and he freezes himself here. He's like he got caught in the middle of the refrigerator. What are we doing here?
It's cold in that refrigerator. Second down and 10. Bono has gone to the air to 5 different receivers today. This one, he goes on a handoff on second down and 10 to Greg Hill, who kind of hopscotches his way to the 33 and picks up about 3 yards on the play, and that means 3rd and long for the first time today for Kansas City.
Now Kansas City, this time they'll be tested, and now you can run more varied defenses on 3rd and long. If you're a Redskin fan out there, you don't have to lock in and stop one thing. All you got to do now is stop the pass, so it allows you to play better defense on 3rd down.
If they get a rush from guys like Tony Woods on that line, it'd make it a lot easier on the secondary. So it is 3rd down and 7, 7th play, the Kansas City drive. Fake, and here comes the rush, and that will buy Bono time as he is flushed from the pocket. Throws a pass, and it's incomplete. Stanley Richard bumping into the receiver, who is Willie Davis, and the boos cascade down from above, but really it was pretty good coverage, and they got to the ball at the same time.
What's unusual on 3rd and long, watch this, they got 1 tight end, they got 2 backs, and they got 2 wideouts. That's unusual on 3rd and long, going against 6 DBs. 6 DBs should snuff a regular formation. Most people come with 3 wides or with 4 wides. But Kansas City, like the 49ers, stayed with the normal people. 4th down to go for it.
What do you think?
Too far out for the field goal.
4th down and 7. Bono with time. The pass. They got to get to the 27. And Lake Dawson gets to the 22. They get the first down.
I think what you do then, if you're a Redskin coach, you get your team going that they don't even respect you. They're not even going to try the field goal or the punt. They're going on 4th and long, and you got to get your team motivated by that.
So you go at them now if you're North Turner from a psychological angle.
Absolutely. So they're not showing us any respect. We got to knock some teeth out and break some noses.
Well, this is a very injury-riddled team. In case in point, the offense, the 2 top receivers, Westbrook along with Ellard, out today. First down and 10, Kansas City at the Redskin 22. Chiefs lead 7-0. A block by Criswell springs Anders to the 17-yard line. Tackle made by Ken Harvey. And we have another fight going on at the 7-yard line. This involves James Washington and Dana Hughes, number 83. And Willie Davis is in the pile as well. And you can see Washington
trying to step up. That goes back to that 4th down, no respect play. Welcome to the National. If you come on 4th down and you don't punt, and you don't kick a field goal, you're looking for a fight. You're telling the team, we don't think anything about you people.
And that's 37, James Washington, working with Dana Hughes. Washington is the former Cowboy, one of 7 former Cowboys on this Washington Redskins team. Wow.
Washington's giving him a good...
That move right there would make Blackjack Lenz and Edward Carpentier jealous. Some great names from the past in wrestling. That was called the old face in the dirt move.
Well, when you don't show a team respect, and most teams will rear up on their hind legs and try to kick you if they're not getting any respect.
Second down and 7 now for Steve Bono, and he's going to the end zone. Willie Davis, touchdown. Willie Davis just caught his 5th touchdown pass of the season, and for Bono, 16 for the year.
And Carter was laying outside leverage. The corner was laying outside. When you play this, you got to play inside leverage. Get inside the receiver. They'll throw that slim post on you with the corner laying outside.
And it's 14-0 Kansas City. A 10-play drive capped on this 19-yard touchdown pass. Bono to Davis. The Chiefs by 2 touchdowns.
Family time is quality time. That's why the North American-built Toyota Corolla was created. To give your family the best in craftsmanship and design. Advanced safety features and Toyota reliability inspire confidence. Attention to detail and comfort surround you. Is it any wonder? The Toyota Corolla is the best-selling family car in the world.
で、お子さんたち新しいコンピューター気に入ったの？
それがまだ立ち上げてないんだ。何しろ僕は不器用なもんでね。
うちじゃアクティバがみんなに大人気。IBM のホームコンピューター、CD ラムがついてて、トップトップいっぱいあるし、箱から出してすぐ使えるようになってるんですよ。
単にでもセットアップできるってわけ？
腕はいらないのよ。
Sunday, end your weekend with some great laughs on Global. With a hilarious comedy lineup.
These pants are itchy. Wow, now you bought them.
Then it's time for some culture.
Now is the winter of our discontent.
Oh no, friend! Followed by the soul man of comedy.
Once you've tried shoe, you never go back.
And wrap it up with some big league laughs.
You're fantastic!
A great lineup of laughs, and Global's got it tonight.
I said give her the handshake.
On Chicago Hope, the power of hope.
I won't.
Look out!
The Emmy Award-winning medical drama, Global's got Chicago Hope, Monday at 10. You're watching the NFL on Global.
Arrowhead Stadium today sold out once again for the Chiefs and Redskins. 14-0 Kansas City. 10-play drive, and Willie Davis was found by Bono from 19 yards away. Here's the kickoff following the touchdown. And Brian Mitchell, number 1 in NFL kickoff returns from the 6-yard line. And he is swarmed under at the 25. Not a lot of room there. As he's brought down by Anthony Davis. The Redskins defense, Jerry, 27th defensively in the red zone. They were just bit right here.
Watch James Washington. He should help this corner on the inside break, but he gets hung up watching this tight end too long and doesn't help young Tom Corner. James, let's see, he took a shuffle with the tight end, and he's late on the inside cut.
Who should he be watching?
Well, I don't know how they're coaching it, but ordinarily if the corner's going to be outside, the safety's got to be inside. The beauty on this play is Washington would not allow the Redskins to spike that ball. So they're getting their dander rare. Watch them right here. Don't you spike that ball.
Redskins try to respond from the 25. First down and 10 yards to go. For Rock, play action with time and the ball intercepted. Picked off on the play by Mark Collins. And Collins, who has his first interception this year, is out of bounds. A marker has been thrown at the 46-yard line. A marker is down.
And when you watch these teams getting prepared, Mark Collins jumps all over the film. When you're studying Kansas City, he's made a difference with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, they played him about every place in the secondary. He was a starting corner last year. It's against Kansas City. Wipe away the interception. That was Kansas City's first penalty this afternoon. And a big one it was, and what a break for Washington.
Yeah, real big break.
Pass interference, defense, number 34, spot foul, first down.
That's Dale Carter, who has had a up-and-down season. Careless penalties like that right there have been kind of the norm for him.
But maybe the best athlete on the field.
And he gets burned one play, Jerry, and then he picked off Elway 2 times 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's either the good or the bad with Dale Carter.
I think you get that, though, when you're a bump and run corner. Look where he's playing. He's standing right on the line of scrimmage.
First down and 10. And Terry Allen is whacked come the secondary play of Brian Washington, number 48.
You talk about hitting. This Kansas City Chiefs team is quietly working theirself and their organization into being something special. You don't see secondary people come up and hit like linebackers on every team. Corners that can play bump and run. Washington's in for a long fight today, and they got to keep the ball and not have a short field for Kansas City.
3 possessions, 3 punts. Here's a 2nd down and 8 for the Redskins at their own 41. Farad, good time here. He's been high with every pass, and that time he's high and wide. Leslie Shepard was in his sights. Doug Terry, Dale Carter were covering in the secondary for Kansas City.
And a nice job that time by the offensive line. The problem when you're the quarterback, you've had pressure, you have people hanging on you. You don't know that this play, nobody's going to get near you. The pressure comes from what happens all day. Watch Gus. Good quick feet, gets back in there, and the offensive line has them all wadded up. No pressure on him at all, and he didn't make his usual good throw.
3rd down and 8. Farad with the big play right here. He has missed his last 5 wide receivers and running backs throwing the ball. That time he hits Brian Mitchell, who had to get to the 49, and he is right at the 49. Anthony Davis with all the speed in the world, who has taken the place of the injured Derek Thomas at times this year. He may be shy, though, Jerry, by the length of the football.
And that's the change in the game. You got wideouts that aren't here. The guys Farad throws to are injured. So you got to work the ball inside. I think you got to do that on rundowns as well as 3rd and longs. You got to get the tight end and the running back involved because you're not throwing to your normal wideouts.
So, in other words, change the one thing that for Washington has been the biggest thing offensively all season.
That's what's tough. Washington has lived with the big play, with the wideout. They can't do that today. Today they got to live with the throwing to the tight end in the back. That's what has to change in their game plan. They will have a chance against these excellent corners of the Kansas City Chiefs.
About a football and a half shy. And Washington will punt for a 4th consecutive time.
Here's a shot of what we're talking about. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell's in the backfield. Got to come out of the backfield, make the play. Running right down inside. And they have to do that on early downs. Get away from trying to gun the ball to the wideout against the Kansas City Chiefs. They have to change what their strength is.
Well, the last time Turk punted, he shanked it for 10 yards. He needs a little bit better effort here. He does have the wind at his back as Vanover remains in waiting at the 10. They say it is never over until it's Vanover here in Kansas City. A rush and a great punt, but will it stay in bounds? Nope. Into the end zone and back to the 20-yard line on the touchback, and that's a 52-yard punt by Matt Turk. Arrowhead in Kansas City sold out in a 14-0 Chiefs lead.
Hope you've got an insurance broker. Hope you've got an insurance broker. Hope you've got an insurance broker. Because an independent insurance broker works for you as a highly trained insurance expert who anticipates your needs to cover you best.
Do you know the amazing Pant Saver car mat? Well, here's the new Pant Saver with 2 colors, one size fits all, a reversible 4-season central pan. The best protection for your pants and your car's carpets. Look for Pant Saver car mats. You could win not 1, but 2. Yes, a pair of Pontiac 4x4 Sunrunners. Double your pleasure with the new 2 colors in 1 Pant Saver.
Timex with Indiglo Nightlight, now in a wide range of women's styles.
You want me to move out?
What?
This baby thing is just so emotional.
I don't want you to go anywhere.
You want me to shut up?
Global's got NYPD Blue Tuesday.
Back in Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium early in the 2nd quarter with Jerry Glanville. This is Kevin Harlan. The Chiefs on a Marcus Allen touchdown run and a 19-yard pass. Bono to Davis, 14-0 Kansas City.
One thing about Bono, he has 7 completions. You're not going to believe this, Kevin, to 7 different receivers.
What's that tell you?
It's hard to defend. Tells your defense is in for a full day.
No trends. First down and 10 for Bono at his own 20-yard line, and the handoff is Greg Hill, and he takes it for a gain of almost 5 yards to the 25-yard line. Right now for McDonald's game break, let's go back to Hollywood, and here's James Brown. James?
Kevin, St. Louis's Isaac Bruce is on a record-setting pace in receiving yards, continuing his dream season. A bullet pass on the go pattern from Chris Miller. 55 yards for the score, 8th touchdown of the season for Bruce, and they are tied at 7. Back to Kevin and Jerry.
Here's a player who saw little time out of Memphis State, or now the University of Memphis, a season ago in Los Angeles with the Rams. It goes to St. Louis and a whole new career. Second down and 6. Lake Dawson, who is probably Kansas City's best receiver, and he's down at the 27. Here's some more scuffling back at the 35, and almost every time Jerry has involved the linebackers or the secondary of the Redskins.
Watch the defensive back on the corner. He's outside, and you can't get beat outside if you have the outside cut. He backpedals, there's the outside break, and now he's wide. When you line up outside and you have the outside cut, you have to win. You have to win in that situation.
Chiefs have been great on third downs today. Here is third down and a long 2. They've got to get to the 30-yard line as Cash comes in motion. Bono broken up, looking for Vanover, and it's a penalty flag and maybe a deflection with Harvey getting up and running out of bounds. So we've got a lot of things going. A deflected pass, a possible interception, a penalty flag thrown at the 34-yard line, and Walt Coleman will come to survey.
What a great play by Harvey, but you talk about getting whacked. He won't want to carry that ball anymore.
Harvey was there, as was Darrell Green.
Will Shields, I believe, hit Harvey running with the football.
Interference, defense, number 28, spot foul, first down.
That's Darrell Green, number 28.
Now that takes away a real big play. Let's see what they're calling here. There's Darrell Green. There's the jam. They call him, he held there a little bit. You can't close your fist. Nice interception. Get up and run, Harvey. Watch Will Shields come over and finish off Harvey. Big offensive lineman. Whoa, whack. Woo!
So it's a first down for Kansas City. Off the ball at the 34-yard line, and some play action by Bono going right to work. And the pass looking for Lake Dawson. A little bit too much in front of the second-year wide receiver from Notre Dame. Washington was covering. The one thing, Jerry, about Steve Bono this year that people talk about in Kansas City, not necessarily is he an extremely gifted quarterback, but the fact that he has not made mistakes, and probably that more than anything has led for this team to respond to what he's doing.
And that's what this organization is about, not turning the ball over, playing safe, spray the ball around a little bit. That pass there was really ugly, but that won't bother him. He'll come back and throw a good one.
Chiefs are coming off their most complete game of the year. A nice 21-7 win in Denver a couple weeks ago. Second down and 10, and brought down is Hill by a sprinting linebacker, Ken Harvey. Really shot through.
And that's what the Redskins have to do. They have to mix the defenses and take some chances. And that's a chance. That's a blitz by Harvey. And you'll see Harvey come right off the corner. They ran an X. The end ran outside, and the linebacker went inside and makes the big play. He's a story in itself. Anybody out there that ever quit school and gave up and didn't want to make yourself, this guy gave up, went back to school, worked at McDonald's, and went to college, worked himself through college. Here's a guy that would never surrender. A story for everybody that ever wanted to drop out of school and then make a comeback.
3rd and 14 for Bono, and he is brought down by Tim Johnson. A sack, and Johnson's first sack of the season. And the first today.
Johnson's been hurt, been injured, not starting now. And so just playing in that nickel situation, a guy that at one time used to dominate football games needs to come back, needs to stay healthy. I thought Harvey was going to get him from the back. He started chasing him around. Good play by Tim Johnson.
Ryan Mitchell is back. If he had 12 returns or more, he would lead the league in returns, but he's one shy of the number that qualifies you for the leadership. And here's Louis Aguiar punting for a first time today.
Nice snap too, Kevin.
It was, and the wind will hold up that ball just a bit. And Mitchell from the 35 and to about the 40-yard line. So good beginning field position again for the Redskins. A return of 7 on the punt of 43 yards. All right, today's Aflac trivia question is, who is MVP of Super Bowl 18, which followed the '83 season? The answer's coming right up. 2015, which followed the 1983 season. Well, with our apologies to the Redskins fans, it was Marcus Allen who gained 191 yards rushing and scoring 2 touchdowns. The Raiders beat the Redskins in that Super Bowl 38-9.
And, you know, talking to him yesterday, I don't think he's aged. I think he's found the fountain of youth. He looks the same. He runs the same, has the same attitude, still loves to play football.
And as good a season as Bono has had, maybe the real MVP of this team is Marcus Allen. From the 40-yard line, Farad on 1st and 10 throws, and it's caught. The tight end, Coleman Bell, with the reception. What'd you say, Jerry, about going to tight ends and running backs in the absence of big-time wide receivers?
And don't wait to 3rd down. When all your wide receivers get injured and the enemy can play bump and run, this is what you do. You set up, and the tight end goes out and swings right back inside. This Farad is special. If he had a healthy team, I think everybody in the country would be standing up hollering about Farad.
Coming off a career day as you see Rich Gannon warming up on the sideline. Goes down in 10 from the Chiefs 37. And Terry Allen finds a crack and goes through, and he's to the 26. And close to a 1st down. Mark Collins got him around the ankle.
Remember, we told you, if you're going to play the Chiefs, don't run where the play's supposed to go. Make a cutback. Start one way and then get your giddy up going the other way.
Your giddy up.
Watch it right here. This play is supposed to go to his right, Terry Allen's right. He's going to start off this way. He's going to giddy up and come back. Come on back. Come on back. That's how you run the football against the Kansas City Chiefs. Good job.
Well, he got on his horse and ran for 9, so it's now 2nd down and about a yard. Farad, again, pretty good time. Wide open was the tight end, Jamie Asher, and he's for a 1st down to the 12. A gain of 16 on the play. Asher, who is a 5th-round pick out of Louisville with his first NFL receptions today, number 84.
And we said you had to change your game plan. You got to go to the tight end. You got to go to the running back on 1st down passes. Here's a little chart we're keeping track of. 5 completions out of 5 attempts to the tight ends, and you're only 2 out of 7 to the wideouts.
From the 12-yard line, 1st down and 10 yards to go for Farad. Again, great time. Now the pocket crumbles, and they'll throw it away. Wisely so. Into about the 3rd row in the corner there, and Joe Phillips was charging up the middle.
Farad did the right thing. Nothing was open. He sagged. He got a little bit deeper and threw it in a, how much is the seat over there in that corner? About $37?
I'll tell you what, it ain't cheap here anymore.
I know one thing.
Because everybody wants to come here and watch.
If you got that ticket, you can sell it outside for about $250.
Oh, yeah. You can't do that here.
How about this state? This thing was built how many years ago? 24 years ago. And it's still the best facility in the National Football League. 24 years old, they did it right.
2nd down and 10 from the 12, Kansas City. Best field position today for the Redskins. Farad, oh, here comes the blitz, and he's hit and brought down. The pass was away, but Derek Thomas came right up the middle.
It was a play-action pass, and play-action pass versus the blitz. You don't get everybody picked up. He's going to go play action that way, drop back, and here comes the blitz, but it was right in his face. He sees the blitz right here, so he lets it go. Wow, and you know, he still almost completed that thing.
Well, he took a shot on Sunday night last week against the Giants, didn't he?
And he told us, we interviewed him, he said it was the worst shot I ever took, but I had on the flak jacket, but I don't think I ever been hit like that in my life, like he got hit last week.
Mitchell now in the backfield at the disposal of Farad. 3rd down and 10 from the 12. Farad hit as he throws, incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Joe Phillips, who's having a great year in the middle, was all over the Washington quarterback, and that will bring out the field goal unit with Eddie Murray.
The new Joe Phillips, the new defense. Watch Joe Phillips. Watch him pressure. Watch him run. Getting bounced around. Center can't handle him. Bangs right on in it. Probably as good a year as Joe's had. Watch. Feet set up. No time.
The inside tackle play of Saliamua and Phillips has been absolutely outstanding. And here's Eddie Murray, a former Kansas City Chief for 1 game. This is a 29-yard field goal. And he puts the Redskins on the board.
He was a Chief for 1 game?
A couple years ago, they played a Sunday night game here. Lowry was injured. Murray came in and kicked a 52-yard field goal. And the only score for Kansas City that night.
And then they cut him. have an appearance in that show? Aren't you?
I had the wig on there. Did you see me?
That's the best I've seen you look.
After punting 3 times, they got a 29-yard field goal from Murray, and the Redskins on the board. Here comes Tamar Vanover to the 27-yard line, and Kansas City will get it. First down and 10 yards to go with their 5th possession today. Darryl Pounds makes the stop. Green Bay has jumped on top of the Minnesota Vikings. That is a second quarter score, and look what the Falcons are doing to the Lions.
The Lions are a mystery. When they're at home, you can't beat them. When they're on the road, they can't win one. Bono's still the quarterback. We had the other quarterback, Gannon, warming up, but Bono's still in there.
From the 28-yard line, Kansas City 1st and 10. And Greg Hill is out to the 33-yard line. Ken Harvey makes the stop. I think in a lot of ways I'd like to see Hill be the heir apparent to what Marcus Allen is doing in the backfield.
So much speed, so quick. Watch this end zone. Good job by Alt. He hooks. He makes the hook on the end. Allows Hill to head to the outside. Poor tackle. Stanley Ritchie. We got to spank him on that one.
4:45 here in the second quarter. 14-3 Kansas City. Second down and 5. Hill with a nice spin move, and the Redskins penetrate with Tony Woods. Have they made some adjustments defensively, Jerry?
Well, they penetrated that time. They got a mix. I think when you play on offense this good, blitz one time, play cover 2 the next time. Now watch him come after him. Nice job again by Kevin Harvey. He penetrated blitz. They're running what you call an X. The linebacker, Kevin's going right behind the tackle's butt, and the end's looping out wide, and that's helping him.
That's a big behind to go behind. 3rd down and 9. Loss of 4 on that play. Davis is in motion for quarterback Steve Bono. With some time, now he runs. He's got to get to the 38. And he slides in that protective feet-first slide to the 34. And Kansas City has got a punt for a second consecutive time. That's what I'm asking about the Redskins. Looks like they may have made some adjustments defensively.
Well, they went after him and got him in that 3rd and long. And you said it earlier. They were real successful on 3rd down when they had 4 or less. You get anybody 7 or plus, and that 3rd down just is hard to make.
Ryan Mitchell deep back inside the 20-yard line, and Aguiar, who's had a very good season for Kansas City. He leads the NFL, and he is 4th in net average. He is averaging about 46 yards a punt this year. High and a beauty, hanging. Mitchell will wave it off, and it will land at about the 29-yard line. And the Redskins will start there after the 37-yard punt by Louis Aguiar. By the way, this game is presented by authority of the NFL and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the expressed written consent of the Kansas City Chiefs of the National Football League is prohibited. 55 degrees. Autumn here in the Midwest, and in particular Kansas City, is at its height right now. You go around some of the older neighborhoods of this great city and you see tremendous color, a symphony of color, as it is inside this stadium. There's more red here probably than there is any other color.
And they're sure in an empty seat. What a great tradition they have here now at Arrowhead Stadium.
Kind of like playing at RFK with the emotion of this stadium. And on 1st and 10, Terry Allen works the sideline, gets a first down, and picks up 13 to the 43. Chased out of bounds by Brian Washington.
And you talk about Brian Washington. Full speed tackling. Watch the contact. He bounces it to the outside. The play's designed to go up inside. Follow Mark Logan, doesn't like it. Bounces outside, gets around Dale Carter. Watch the full speed contact. Low man wins.
From the 43, 1st down and 10. Farrat to his second receiver, and this is Terry Allen out of the backfield, and he is near midfield. On a gain of about 7 is George Jamison. He's there with the stop the former Detroit Lion. It looks like Allen is slow to get up on the sideline.
Right in the middle of the play, I hollered, oh no, because the back is open. He's working this front side. Watch this back. He's wide open, but he doesn't throw it there. He's looking. There's Logan. Didn't like it. Went back to the other back on the arrow. But he had the close over. So they're changing their game plan. They're getting away from the wideouts, going back to the tight end and the backs. That's what they have to do today.
Allen getting up is a good sign. They can ill afford to lose another great offensive player like they've done the previous couple of weeks in Elwood and Westbrook. They need Allen today.
You cannot continue to play without your parts. And Charlie Casserly is doing a good job of bringing players, signing players, but they're having a miss. Watch the ankle. Woo! Got a little bit twisted.
Mitchell in the backfield, 2nd down and 3. Mitchell not finding a lot of room up the middle. Gets about a yard, maybe a yard and a half, as he carves it out of the middle of Kansas City's defense. Tracy Simeon, the leading tackler. In fact, he's led them in tackles 4 consecutive years. Makes the stop. We're at the 2-minute warning in the first half here in Kansas City, and the Chiefs on top of Norv Turner's Redskins, 14-3. Chiefs on top on a touchdown pass and a 1-yard run by Marcus Allen, 14-3. Coming up, the Dockers halftime with James Brown, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. Scores and highlights. An interesting day in the NFL all the way around. A busy day on Fox as well. Redskins, as we update their timeout situation with 2. The Chiefs have 3, and we're at the 2-minute warning.
They got a yard and a half. What are you going to do, Kevin? You're going to be a general manager in the National Football League. What are you going to tell your coach you want here? It's a yard and a half. You going to run it or you going to throw it?
I'd call it quarterback sneak with Farad.
That won't work.
Okay.
We can't take that one.
0 of 5 on 3rd downs today. Allen is back in. The fake by Farad with good time to throw, and he guns a pass high and incomplete to Scott Galbraith. Well, Jerry, they needed a yard and a half, and they went for 25.
Well, I like your call better than theirs. Surprising, a play-action pass, a 2-man route, only 2 people out. Their cover doesn't give the quarterback a chance to go anywhere else.
Another punt coming up for the Redskins. They've had it today 4 times previous to this. So this is their 5th possession and upcoming their 4th punt.
This guy can change a game as quick as Mitchell. We have the 2 biggest return men in pro football. They outweigh all the other return guys. Oh, line drive.
Turk out of bounds, and again short. That time he had the wind at his back, and they call it out of play at close to the 27-yard line. What'd you just say again? The 2 biggest return men in the NFL.
They average today, our specialists average 217 pounds. We have a 221-pounder, and we have a 213-pounder. And look at the average. The average is 185. So these 2 return people who are as good as anybody can run over you. They don't have to just juke and run around. They both are strong enough to crush you.
I got to be honest, I've never really thought about the weight or the size of return men, but when you show that, and these are the 2 top guys in the league, I guess maybe there's something to be said about it.
Well, they can break a tackle. The one-on-one pencil neck guy covering you maybe can't get the big guy down.
You don't want to be a pencil neck.
No, pencil necks have no future.
First down and 10. With the block from Shields, it's Anders, and he's out to the 30. And they actually spotted that ball at the 24, so he picks up on the play 6 yards in Kansas City with no huddle.
And the guard, for you people at home, there goes Will Shields leading that play. The guards on the Kansas City Chiefs team are excellent.
2nd and 4 for Bono, and it's through the hands of his receiver across the way, and that is the former Brown and Oiler, Webster Slaughter. Marty, in fact, drafted Webster while he was coaching Cleveland.
That didn't look good on Webster Slaughter. From up here, I thought he should have had it. He's running a turn in to your left. A little curl. Oh, you got to make that catch. I think he heard some foots. Come on, Webster. You keep that up. You'll be back in Cleveland, and Cleveland's moving to Baltimore.
3rd down and 4, and from the 30-yard line. No flags. Quick throw. Keith Cash. First down, and then some. To the 43. Clock stopped at 1:14. Pickup of 13 by the Chiefs tight end Keith Cash.
A little tight end of the flat, and they were playing man-to-man, and he got away from James Washington. Still looks like he's injured. He's running with a drag step. I don't believe 37 for the Redskins, James Washington, is running at full speed. He could not catch that tight end. I think he was out a long time with an injury, Kevin. I believe he's trying to play injured.
Cash has a couple receptions today, and both have been on 3rd down. That one good for 13, pushing it out to the 43 of Kansas City. First down and 10. And a little screen pass. Leroy Thompson. He's got to get to the 47 of Washington, and he gets to about the 49 of Kansas City. Richard and Rich Owens were there to meet him in Kansas City. Looks like they may burn a timeout, and indeed they do. They're down to now 2 remaining in the final 104 of the first half.
When the screen comes your way as a tackle, you do a cut block. You try to get the guy down. So you back up and you try to cut him so he can't bat down the screen. So this is one time you're allowed. Now get down low and cut him. Get his hands down so he can't bat it down. Whenever the screen is your way as a tackle, you use the cut block, and the coach won't holler at you.
Thompson becomes the 8th different receiver that Bono has sought and found today.
That's this system. This system does spray the ball all around and gives a catch to everybody, keeps everybody involved in the game.
You know, there was so much going into this season without Joe Montana. As we can remind you, the Doctors halftime is coming up with JB, Terry, Howie, and the coach back in Hollywood, and scores and highlights from the NFL. But there was so much made about the post-Montana era. And Bono, who has been outstanding this year with another touchdown pass today, I think has stepped up as much as, Jerry, this entire team is. I really think for the first time that they feel now. They know what's ahead of them, and they can feel what they've got to do.
I think that goes back to Carl Peterson. He will not let a quality player leave. He will not lose a player to another team in the league. He sends a message to every team. You want to make a bid on one of mine? I'm going to match the bid. And Carl Peterson keeps this team together.
Second down and a long 3. Hill. He's got the first down, and he carries some cargo to the 41. That's something out of a guy that small. He picks up 10 yards and gives Kansas City a 1st and 10.
Guards. You come into here. We're talking guards. Watch the guards. Here come the guards. Here's 79, Dave Zott. Here's Will Shields.
First down and 10 pass. Keith Cash. They'll pick up about 10.5 to the 30. Another first down. He's already caught a pass on this drive of 13 yards, and now he picks up about 10.5 right there. And if they spot it the right way, it should be a first down for the Chiefs at the Washington 30-yard line. You're talking before about Peterson and the way he keeps players and tries not to lose any players.
We do a lost and found every week, folks, and lost is players that went to another team. Well, this one retired, so that's not a loss. J.J. Burton went to Atlanta. Mincy, where'd he go?
He went up to Minnesota.
Went up to Minnesota, but he adds these players, and he doesn't lose. Most teams have a long list of players that traveled, went to another team, and this organization has become one of the best organizations in football. With Carl Peterson getting the players and Marty coaching them, pretty tough outfit to beat.
I'd like to congratulate Marty and the entire Schottenheimer family. His son, Brian, is the 3rd-string quarterback with the highly ranked Florida Gators, and Brian saw his first action for Steve Spurrier yesterday. They played Northern Illinois and beat him by a ton, and Brian, I think if I'm not mistaken, was 6 of 9 for about 38 yards.
I bet he didn't turn the ball over either.
He did not. No.
Name Schottenheimer, you cannot turn the ball over.
First down and 10. 7th play of the Kansas City drive. Bono, short. What a catch by Cash, a one-hand grab, and then he backpedals for a gain to the 23.
Reached down, took it right off his shoe.
Wasn't that some kind of catch? Second down and 3. Picked up 7 on that play. Clock now is down to about 10 seconds for Bono. And they get it once again out to the tight end, Cash, who's close to a first down. And the clock stopped at 5. Cash gets out of bounds. They'll try for 3 and finish up the first half with a score. Pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. They came marched right down. It goes back to that short yardage for the Redskins trying to throw for 24. You got to play chug ball and stay close. I wish they could have chugged it in and got a first down and keep this thing as close. You got to chug it when you play these teams.
Well, what are you talking about, running the ball?
Yeah, chug, chug, chug.
So a field goal coming up of 38 yards from Elliott. And he nails it.
Right down the middle. What a kick that was.
So a 10-yard run by Hill, a 13-yard catch by Cash, a 10-yard catch by Cash, and North Turner finds himself down 17-3 with a second remaining in the first half. For Kansas City, Jerry, this game loomed kind of ominously. They coming off a bye week. Marty gave the players 5 days off. But in the past couple of years, they have had trip-ups at this time of the season. 2 years ago, Chicago came in here, a very underrated Chicago team and a heavy underdog, and they went on to beat Kansas City surprisingly. And then last year, the Rams early in the season, a heavy underdog of the Chiefs, came in here and shut them out 16-0. In a game like today against a Redskin team that is struggling just a bit is, I think, a little worrisome for Kansas City.
I think Marty explained it best. He said our veterans know that we were a better team than what we played a year ago. And our veterans know that they got to be accountable for the final product. And one thing about Marty, he'll put the responsibility on some people that got to go get it done. And I think that's what's changed Kansas City, is they're not satisfied with winning 7 or winning 9. They're going to try to win the whole thing.
9 plays, under 2 minutes, 55 yards. They finally convert a 38-yard field goal by Elliott. That's a pretty good use of time.
Absolutely. This ball will be on the ground. This ball should just skid it up to the front line here.
So Elliott will be kicking off for Kansas City. He just booted a 38-yard field goal, and as Jerry predicted, it's on the ground and picked up by one of the big horses. That's William Bell, and Bell is out to the 45, and that will blow it dead for the first half. So at the end of the first half, the score, Kansas City 17, Washington 3. Stay tuned for the Doctors halftime after these messages.
Is brought to you by Dockers Khakis, proud makers of nice pants.
All right, and welcome back to the Dockers halftime along with Terry Bradshaw. I'm James Brown. Let's get you caught up on action around the league. Washington struggling against Marty Schottenheimer's team.
7-1 are those Chiefs, tied with the Cowboys for the best record. 4th down to go. Who do you give it to? Marcus Allen, touchdown. KC up by 7. Back comes Bono. Look, Spires, quick post. In between one guy and around another guy. Davis, there it is, 14-0. Fights all over the place, 17-3 as they lead Washington in this game, 0 for 6 on 3rd down conversion.
Marcus Allen, the ageless one. Mike Holmgren trying to go for the first sweep of the Vikings since '88.
Well, here's a good start. Edgar Bennett, touchdown run, 13 yards, coming off 121 yards rushing last week. Tops of his career. Moon back, fires Jordan Andrew, that is. Touchdown. Vikings coming back, hoping to sweep these Packers. There, Favre, look, right ankle. Turned on Aaron Taylor, steps on his ankle. Favre goes down. He has been taken to the locker room. Report is will be x-rayed. We'll have a report for you in the second half. I hope it's not that bad, JB.
And if he can't go, the backup, of course, is
Ty Detmer, who let him down, completed his 4th down and 2nd-yard pass, set up the Packers in field goal, and they did get it, and they lead 16-10.
Terry, this guy's in deep trouble.
Big trouble. 3-5 Lions. Here's why. Whoa, interception. Alton Montgomery, go get him, big guys. 72 yards. Don't let that rookie catch. He did not. All the way. Atlanta absolutely stomping all over the Lions. There comes George back. Aaron Metcalf out of the backfield. Jeff George with the big first half, along with Metcalf. 27-7, Falcons over the Lions.
All right, Isaac Bruce on a record-setting pace, helping the Rams right now, who trail by 3 to the Saints. Oakland with Hostetler back at the helm, leading the Bengals by 14 at the half. Houston looking for its
Baltimore Browns.
Baltimore Browns.
Baltimore Browns. Art Modell, the owner of the Browns, did not show up for this game. First time in 35 years.
And look at the Pats. 13-0 over the Jets, that at the half. And when we come back, Terry, I know you are great in the kitchen. Guess what? We're going to show the folks some choice cuts when we come back.
You may not remember exactly when it first hit you, but somewhere along the way, you felt it, and you knew. Feel the power.
And welcome to Dockers Halftime. You know, we're just beyond the halfway point of the season, and we're only 2 games shy of the all-time NFL record of 19 overtime games. Close and good. This week, we offer you our animated voice versions of Choice Cuts.
Yes, today on the menu, we're serving up a steaming hot potato. And there you go. Look, isn't it? Put some butter on it there. Oh, not too much butter, you lose it. Oh, you lost it. Now, oh, he's got it. Put some salt, baby.
But the question remains, can a man run 97 yards and beat other men?
Okay, watch this one. Boing, boing. There we go. Oh, look at that. He's running a straight line. You got your 40, your 30, your 20. Don't forget to wave to Mama. Oh, come on. There it is.
Hey, this little piggy get dropped. Oh, and he picks it up. Oh, yeah, thunder, thunder, thunder. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, this little piggy goes to market. Hey, better watch it. Better watch it. Oh, no. Whoops.
Excuse me, sir. What do you do for a living?
Well, it's like I put up my hands and then this big ugly brown thing comes around. Ooh, ouch. That kind of hurt. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, I just catch this big brown thing. Sometimes I go nuts, though, in my head, see? Yeah, and then I eat rice and kind of break records and stuff.
We'll catch this, Pilgrim, the Motown Sandman making dreams come true.
And nobody doesn't like Parmalee.
Who said dolphins couldn't fly?
My name's Emmett. Nobody touches me. I said nobody touches me. Get away, you silly. Don't touch me.
Well, that Bates is just an animal. Look at him go, and he wears deodorant. I think.
All right, I guess I can only say exit stage left. More halftime after this.
We're at halftime at Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium, where the Chiefs are on top of the Washington Redskins 17-3 with Jerry Glanville. This is Kevin Harlan. An interesting day for the Chiefs. They've had a fumble, but Jerry, on the ground is the way they have elected today to go at Washington.
Well, they have 22 rushes, 22 running plays in a half, and nobody gives their offensive line enough credit. When we got ready for this game, we saw an unbelievable center, 2 guards, left tackle. Everybody can block up there, so they're dominating this football game.
And it was never more apparent than a touchdown run by Marcus Allen after the Chiefs began at the 50. Marcus punched it in from 1.
Watch the backside guard come around. That's Zott. 79 loops around, makes the play. The guards are the key along with their center today.
And then inside the red zone, the Redskins defense struggles, and that's where Kansas City can be effective. Here they go 19 yards.
Sprays that ball around. At one time, he had 7 completions to 7 different receivers. That makes it hard for the defensive teams as who you're going to shut down.
You know, we talked about the second half a little bit at the end of the first half and what the Redskins might have to do to get back in this ball game, down 17-3.
Their punt returner has to make a play. Mitchell's got to do something to shorten the field or possibly score, and that'll get the Redskins right back in it.
Farrat has taken a beating this season from oncoming rushes, and today there's been no exception. He has taken a pounding, it seems, every time he goes back to throw the ball.
And they are changing the offense because his wide receivers are injured and the rush is there. They're trying to throw the ball more to the tight end and the backs, and they're on the right track there. That's what they have to do to get their passing game going.
There's quarterback Steve Bono, 13 of 20. And again, no turnovers, which has been the key this season for Bono and Gus Farrat. Without the benefit of having Ellard and Westbrook as 2 great wide receivers, is 8 of 17. You know, the Redskins, Jerry, lead the NFL in big plays. They've had 41 plays this year of 20 yards or more, and you take away Westbrook and Ellard, I mean, it just goes to nothing.
Out of those plays, Ellard probably has a majority of them, and he trusted Ellard. He'd actually throw the ball to spots knowing Ellard would get there. And you lose that comfort zone, and Farrat misses that, so he's got to work the ball inside.
So Eddie Murray, who kicked a field goal of 29 yards in that first half, will set to tee the ball off as the fans are settling back into their seats here at Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium. 17-3, Chiefs at the half, and they get the opening kickoff, and it goes to Leroy Thompson, who is playing up just a bit and weaves his way free and takes it with outstanding field position out to the 41-yard line, and eventually brought down by Stanley Richard, the free agent who signed from San Diego. And through 30 minutes of football, here are the first half numbers in Kansas City.
If you have 22 rushes and the enemy has 9, then you're going to control the game, and that's what's going on. The offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs probably do not get enough credit for just how good this football team is.
Redskins, Jerry, have not converted a third down all day. Kansas City, in contrast, has gone 6 of 9, and mainly because Bono has been sharp as always.
Mainly because the third down is 4 yards or less most of the time.
And right to work goes Bono, going deep and looking, and it is picked off on the play by Darrell Green. And Green, who's got unbelievable speed, takes it out to the 39-yard line, and Bono has thrown just his 5th interception of the season, and it is the 2nd Kansas City turnover this year. There is a flag thrown back at the 46-yard line.
And you've seen that is not the strength of the Kansas City Chiefs. The strength of them is the dink, the dunk, the controlled pass.
There was a penalty after the interception, so it is a turnover, and it is the first interception thrown by Bono in 145 passes.
Tried to throw a deep a look in off to his left.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 96, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Watch his throw. Great coverage. He didn't have a chance. Green had a better chance at it than the wideout, and that's not what the Kansas City Chiefs do well. They were trying to put the Washington Redskins away, get them out of the ball game.
Little Bo Holyfield again we see with Criswell. Nonetheless, it's a turnover, and the Redskins have it first down and 10 yards to go at the 24-yard line. And Terry Allen will try to cut the corner. Dale Carter in pursuit, and that is a first down run to the 35-yard line and a gain of 11 yards for Terry Allen.
And you got to talk Ray Brown and Trey Johnson. I've been talking about the Kansas City guards. We have 4 excellent guards on the field. The Redskins were leading the way that time, Kevin.
As was Allen, who Jerry was slow to get up off the sideline, and they bring in Brian Mitchell in place of Terry Allen. Second time Allen has been shaken up today.
On a sweep to his own boundary. Every time he gets over near his own bench, he gets whacked.
Redskins trying to capitalize on an interception of Steve Bono. First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. And off to Brian Mitchell, the former college quarterback, is at the 38 and picks up 3 and chopped down by Vaughn Booker.
And that was a cutback play. Should have been a little better play. They had the right play against the right defense. Kansas City had the safeties out of the running game entirely, so you hope you break and crank something back when you caught them in the wrong defense, but they didn't get him.
Kansas City tried like heck 2 years ago to sign Brian Mitchell, but he wanted to stay a Redskin and sign for big money in Washington. Second down and 7 yards to go from the 38-yard line. Court for Rock. Pretty good time, and the throw dropped. Titus Winans incomplete.
Watch Gus Farrat. He looks to the curl. He doesn't like it. He looks off the defensive players by looking to the back flare. He's going to look here, look out to the, watch him look to the flare. Doesn't like it, comes right back to the curl. That's a major league play, and the wide receiver drops the ball.
Dale Carter comes holding his right arm off the field. May have gotten a stinger. And so now Darren Anderson will take his place. It is third down and 7 yards to go for the Redskins, trailing 17-3. Rock again moves up, guns a pass, and it's caught by the backpedaling tight end Coleman Bell. And are they wiping it away? One referee said he caught it, the other said he juggled it. It's incomplete.
He had it and it sort of rolled out as he was going down.
Redskins have got a punt.
What a nice catch by Coleman Bell. If he could have hung on to it, he went up high. The ball's a little high. And behind him, he's got it there. 1 foot down. Hard to tell when the ball came out.
I think when it hit the ground, it came out.
But that, and then it ought to be their possession. Ought to be right there.
So the Redskins can't capitalize on an interception of Steve Bono, and for a second time in that situation, they've got to punt the ball. And Matt Turk will punt it to Vanover from the 17-yard line, and hemmed in and carries a defender, and he's out to the 24-yard line, tackled by Terry Crews. So Kansas City will get it for a second time in the second half. An illusion. That is indeed a shuttlecock that is on the lawn of the Atkins Nelson Museum.
That's the biggest badminton game in the history of badminton. I went by that thing yesterday.
I don't see Art Shell playing badminton, do you?
No, I don't think so.
First down and 10. Kansas City from their own 24-yard line. Bono to Slaughter. And he is close to it. For fact, he got the first down. Gain of 11 on the play to the 35-yard line for Webster Slaughter.
Time pattern. Ball came out before Slaughter ever made the cut. This is a time. This is how they want to play. He's throwing the ball. The ball comes out. Now Slaughter makes the cut, and there's the football.
He is the 9th different receiver that Bono has hit today. 9 different receivers.
That makes it tough on the defenses. Who you're going to shut down?
First down and 10 for Bono. And Hill tried to leap and was airborne and was knocked down by Rod Stevens, who is leading tackler for Seattle the last 2 seasons, as Minnesota up by a point on Green Bay.
Unusual run there by Kansas City to take Hill away from the blocking back. Somebody drew that play up at 11 o'clock at night. Sometimes you stay up too late. And the good rule is anybody that draws something up after midnight, let them run that play. Make them go out and carry it.
Houston leads Cleveland. Patriots shutting out the Jets after losing last week. New England did to Carolina Panthers. Second down and 9 for Bono. That was deflected, and it is incomplete. Looked like he was aiming for Davis, and William Gaines got his hand on it. Brought it down. Originally claimed off waivers from Miami in this preseason.
And we've done these Redskin games. They're out of this game point-wise, but they're going to always keep fighting. They're going to get themselves back in. Watch 95 get his arm up. He's fighting 2 men, being double-teamed, and still swats the ball. That's what you like about the Redskins. It's 3rd and long. They got to win this 3rd and long right now.
Here's a 3rd and 9, so this is a key play defensively for Washington. There's a flag thrown, and Bono with the completion caught by Lake Dawson should be good for a first down, and the penalty appears to be against the Redskins. A pickup of 13 on the play, and they're out to the 48-yard line.
Had a little encroachment there, which they'll turn down because the turn-in was open. They threw the turn-in just like it was free.
Norv Turner, the former offensive coordinator for Jimmy Johnson in Dallas, 2nd year, and he and Charlie Casserly and Joe Mendez, Jerry, have probably gone through the biggest renovation of any team in the NFL.
Offsides, defense, left end, penalty decline, first down.
And
only 12 players, Jerry, who are on the roster when Turner arrived are still on it today.
And you got the Redskins have spent some money. Where do you see the money that the Redskins have paid to try to make this a better team? They're working as hard as they can to bring this Redskin team back.
First down and 10. Short drop back by Bono in this timing offense, and it's incomplete. Looking again for Tamarick Vanover, the only player in the NFL who has caught a touchdown pass, had a touchdown return on a punt and a kickoff in the NFL. Now for McDonald's game break, let's go back to James Brown in Hollywood. James.
All right, Kevin, Minnesota trying to bounce back. First drive of the second half. Warren Moon finds Chris Carter. Nice pull in there by Carter. 17-16 Vikes lead it. We showed you Brett Favre spraining his ankle at the half. He's back in the contest. Third quarter action. Let's take you back to Kevin and Jerry.
Derek Thomas. Second down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Craig Hill, and he was engulfed by Rod Stevens. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide for Hill. You're talking about money. Stevens, one of those big-time signings.
And look at the Redskins, what they're trying to do. The Heath Schuler, of course, is way out of there. But then the rest book, the red receiver, he's not playing. He's injured. He went to the Pro Bowl. And look at the money they end up with. So Casserly and his group, they're trying to bring the Redskins back. When Joe Gibbs left, he left an old, tired, worn-out shoe.
There's Heath Schuler. By the way, the Redskins have the 3rd highest payroll in the National Football League. Schuler, who was injured week 1, still not seeing any time. Criswell's down. We have an injury timeout. Ricky Sigler is now in as the right tackle because Jeff Criswell was injured on the last play. Now, they alternate quarters anyway. Sigler plays one quarter, then Criswell plays the next.
It looked like he got his heel clipped a little bit, so I don't believe it's a big injury. Look at the rushes, and this is what's hurting Washington. You got to be able to stop these rushes, but the offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs is a good one.
3rd down and 11, something which Kansas City has not had to deal with 3rd and long most of the day. They're blocking for Bono. Now they come at him. There's a flag, and there's a reception caught on the far side. Derek Walker, the tight end. There may have been a hold on John Alt. It's a pickup of 10 yards right there. Alt was having to battle Ken Harvey from the linebacker.
And one thing Marty Schottenheimer told us in a little discussion, he said John Alt is an unbelievable pass protector. He can keep anybody out of the game. Well, I guess if you hold on like that, you ought to be able to keep him out. But they got caught with that one. Now, It's 4th down. You got to decide. You're the general manager. You're going to take the penalty or you're going to make them punt.
You know, I was thinking of something else. I don't know what would you do? They don't pay me to answer these. They pay
10
you
yards,
to answer the question.
Take the penalty. If it's a 10-yarder, move them back. Move them back.
Holding, offense, number 76, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
It's only the 2nd Kansas City penalty. There's John Alt, Jerry, and maybe the total success of their line hinges on the health of his back. He is a beat-up old veteran.
Here he is right here, and older guys can always still pass protect. They have a hard time staying with the run. We lost him in that shot, but somewhere along the line he tried to hold.
Criswell has gone back in the game and playing the right tackle. And this will be the longest 3rd down Kansas City has had to face today. 3rd down and 21.
No backs in the backfield.
Empty backfield. Anders was in motion. Criswell will give a block and give time for Bono. They've got to get to the 41, and Anders gets to about the 49. Rich Owens was there. Defensively, the Redskins, Jerry, have not played that bad a game. They're going to force Kansas City to punt right here for a 3rd time in 5 possessions.
What great hustle that was by the defensive lineman. Owens, he not only was pressuring the quarterback, he turned around, got downfield, made the tackle on the guy that made the catch. That's one thing the Redskins will do. As long as this coach is there, they will fight, and they won't give up regardless of the score.
Aguiar to punt for a 3rd time today, the top punter in the NFL in terms of yards per punt. Boy, they had a good rush put on, too, and Mitchell's going to wave it off and make the fair catch at about the 16-yard line. So the defense of the Redskins has done the job. Now can the offense respond? 17-3. 17-3.
Sorry, this is the last punt, and it's zone. He's going to tie up the center, and the loop's coming back. Had a real shot. Mark Logan at blocking the punt. Stretch out. He had to get over the other side. He went after him like he was a left foot punter. He's got to go all the way to the other side because he's a right foot punter.
Jerry, we touched on it just before the break, but the defense of Washington has really done good. In Kansas City's last 5 possessions, the Redskin defense has forced punt, 38-yard field goal, interception, and punt. They've done the job.
They just need a little help. They need a little chuck ball here for a while.
Now 1st down and 10 yards to go. Washington at the 16. A play action by Farrat, who has struggled since early in the game, and throws a pass which is incomplete for Coleman Bell. Farrat began the game 4 of 4. Now he has gone 4 of 16 since that nice beginning.
And whenever your quarterback's not having a good day, you don't bring in the reliever like baseball. You bring in the running game. He's not having a good day. Pound the ball, run the ball. Watch the defensive, watch the right hand right on the football. Wow, Brian Washington. That's big-time secondary play.
2nd down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Terry Allen to the 16. Vaughn Booker plugged the gap, and Dale Carter came from behind. We're in the 3rd quarter as Heath Schuler takes a listen to the transmission.
He's not
sideline to the quarterback.
I hope he's listening to the same game we're doing. I hate it when they're listening to something else.
He may have been listening to the ocean. Third down and 10. And on 3rd downs today, the Redskins have been shut out by the Chiefs defense. Farrat, there's the pressure from Phillips, but escaping is Farrat, and again one of his receivers cannot hold on. And for a 2nd time today, Titus Winans with the coverage by Mark Collins.
The pressure on the defense is playing so good, but when you go 3 and out, the pressure just stays right on the Redskin defense. He gets chased, he gets flushed. And unfortunately, that play selection is going to hurt the Redskins defense.
And this man right here, Vanover, could be the one to do it. Turk to punt. He has had punts today of 10 and 24 yards. And the punt is a high beauty. He rockets it up, taken at the 26 by Vanover. Great coverage by the Redskins. Brian Mitchell.
That's great, isn't it? The return.
Great kick return guys against the guy that probably is the heir apparent in Mark Vanover.
The 2 best return men in the league meet each other head to head. One covering the punt, making the tackle on the other punt returner.
Kansas City Chiefs have had 2 turnovers today. Washington's offense has been sluggish. Maybe the main story today, Jerry, is the Washington defense. In the last 5 possessions, they have forced Kansas City to punt 3 times. They picked off Bono, and they have only relented with a 38-yard field goal.
They obviously have not surrendered. They believe they can still win this game, and the defense has to fight them one more time and try to get that turnover.
On the 30-yard line, first down and 10. Bono, the bootleg, and the chase being put on, and the throw is caught on the far side. Webster Slaughter. He makes the catch, picks up 6. William Gaines was in hot pursuit of quarterback Steve Bono.
And no containment by the defensive right end for the Redskins. This man, somebody's got to contain the defensive play. And he's out there by himself with nobody in his face.
Good catch by Slaughter. Gains some yards there. Second down and 4. The fake and the throw, and Slaughter again. First down to the 45 of Washington.
The running is so good that the play action, he's going to have time. He came off with a bootleg. Now he comes right back. There's the belly, pulls it back out. Throw the curl, throw the center. There's the man on top of the number. Tom Carter playing outside leverage. Got to have somebody help him on the inside cut there, Kevin.
How do you like this timing offense of the Chiefs?
They just keep spraying it around, and here's where Webster Slaughter comes in, makes catches.
On the 45 of Washington, first and 10. Craig Hill, who they've continued to give it to, and he submarines his way to the 45. First hit put on him by Marvcus Patton.
And you wonder what happened to Marcus Allen. After they got up 14, he's become invisible.
In the past, the Chiefs have always tried to ease Allen into a season. In other words, his first half of the season carries aren't as monstrous as the second half of the season carries, but it seems like it's been the reverse. They've relied on him a great deal this year, but today you're right, not much.
After they got their 2 touchdowns, he's put the cape on and can't find him.
Second down and 8. Nice block, and Hill is sprung. He needs to get to the 35, and he may have slipped the tackle to get just that far. Kimball Anders with a nice block, too, out of the backfield. Springing Hill free.
Watch the blocking. We keep talking about the offensive line. Underrated. The backside guard, Dave Zott. Look at him get the kickout block. And the fullback, Kimball, leading. Big holes. When you watch him, when you get ready to do a Kansas City game, and you see big holes.
Hill will leave, and Marcus Allen, we were just talking about him. He comes in with Richardson, the lead blocker, on this 3rd down and 1. Marcus gets the first down. Marker's thrown as Marcus is to the 32-yard line.
Be a holding on offense with where that came from. But it looks like the goal line package, probably Marcus was the guy that practiced that. So when they came in with 3 tight ends, which was a goal line situation, in comes the back that got to practice this week.
Holding, offense, number 68, 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
68 was moved to a tight end in that goal line situation, and somebody stares at that. They have an official assigned to the tight end and saw the holding instantly.
3rd down and 11 now with the penalty, pushing it back just inside the 46-yard line of Washington. Allen remains in the game. Marcus has been terrific on 3rd downs coming into the game. On 16 opportunities, he converted 11 3rd downs. Here's 3rd and 11. He's out of the backfield as a receiver, but they throw to Slaughter, and it's incomplete. And the defense again of the Redskins holds. Darrell Green knocked it away, and Kansas City has got a punt, Jerry, for a 2nd consecutive time.
And a good point you keep making. The Redskins defense just keeps hanging in. They're going to hang around, and get back in the ball game. Timed it up good. Got one hand on the shoulder, one on the ball. Now the offensive team for the Redskins has to make a play.
And this, by the way, is the 22nd ranked defense in the NFL, that of Washington's. The rush was on Aguiar that time, and Mitchell will wave the fair catch at the 11. 35-yard punt by Aguiar. Again, the Redskins with poor beginning field position. We're in the middle of the 3rd quarter, and the Chiefs have a lead, 17-3. Just off to the right there, you saw Royal Stadium, and there's Arrowhead Stadium, part of a great Harry Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. One of a kind, and it's a Great place to watch the game, as you can see the Chiefs gearing up for some defense as the Redskins have their worst beginning field position today at their own 11-yard line.
I think they have to be careful. You have to keep running the football every now and then. They're 50-50 run and pass on first down.
On the 11-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go, and it's a handoff, and it goes to Terry Allen, and he digs and turns for about a yard. Saleamua, who's having a brilliant year, maybe the best of his career, was there with the stop.
And after last year, a lot of people thought his career was over. People wondered if he could still play, and the change of the scheme is he's offset and penetrating. And the change brought him right back. Good swim there. He did an arm over. And Marty was telling me what's changed. If they reach our defensive lineman, rather than fight through the reach, we just take the easy way and come back. He says it's a whole different style of defense for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Second down and 9 from the 12. Washington trailing 17-3. Rock gonna put it up, and he's got a receiver, but this time with the receiver open, he throws in back of him. Leslie Shepard was the man that Farrat was going to, and that has been unusual. He's usually been high and wide, but not low and behind.
He's not his normal self. He's not throwing like he normally does. I don't believe he's getting a lot of pressure this time, sitting in there good, and throws it behind him. That's not the Gus Farrat that we're used to seeing. So some days your quarterback has a bad day, and you got to bring the running game back to help him. Bring the running game to help your quarterback, or the screen.
You mentioned before that he's coming off 345 passing yards last week. Redskins with 39. They have missed their last 6. Good time for Farrat. Throws a pass incomplete. Looking for Shepard. Kansas City's defense holds, and the Redskins have got a punt for a 3rd consecutive time here in the second half, as Farrat misses his 7th consecutive receiver.
And this is a dash. This is trying to get away. He's going to take the ball, run all the way over and try to throw on the run, which doesn't give you a chance to set up. But you do that when the pressure is getting after your quarterback. That's a scheme to get away from pass rush, but it doesn't help your quarterback throw accurately.
Redskins have a total of 16 second half yards, and they've got about 10 plays to show for it. Ran over deep back at the 40, and the punt by Matt Turk, who is out of Wisconsin Whitewater. Out of bounds. He's had bad punts today. 1 of 10, 1 of 24, and that one sails 47 yards. Nonetheless, the Chiefs will have very good field position. Well, Bart, Martin, and Bundy. They're very personalities that define the Fox network. Now they're all together in one great night of television for outrageous comedy. Tune in tonight for brand new episodes of The Simpsons, Martin, and Married with Children, starting at 8, 7 Central here on the Fox television network. Chiefs have it, 41-yard line in their own zone. Bono's thrown an interception and a touchdown pass today. First down and 10 for Kansas City. A fake to Hill. Andrews got caught up with the block, and that's who Bono thought he might be going to, but instead went to Vanover, who is in the vicinity where Andrews was, and picks up 9 on the play.
Now this is football. They got a bootleg with the fullback. He's going to try to come out there. The blitzer sees him and whacks him in the mouth. Takes him right. Oh boy! Look at that hit, and he's got to push the ball downfield on an out route.
I take it you like the play.
Oh, I like both sides of that. They tried to sneak the fullback out. Here's Vanover. We thought he'd get in there and try to make some plays. Getting down on knees, making a catch. But they stopped the back coming out. That was good football.
Second down 1, just inside Redskin territory for Steve Bono. They go to his second receiver here, and that's Leroy Thompson. He had the sky to get it, but does get the first down to the 47-yard line. Bono has hit 10 different receivers today.
And that's what's tough against any defense. But the defense is hanging in there. They're hanging around. They're going to get back in this. Rod Stevens, middle linebacker, comes up, turns him upside down. You hang around long enough, and pretty soon you're back in the game. If I was a Kansas City now, I'd be worried they're hanging around too close, too long.
First down and 10 on the 46-yard line of Washington. Here they come at Bono, trying to disrupt his timing, and incomplete. Dawson was covered by Tom Carter. Carter had interceptions against Arizona and Dallas, third-year player out of Notre Dame.
And he tries not to have pass interference. He's so close to him that he has to come over the top.
Golden Domer against Golden Domer right there.
Bad throw. The throw went way outside.
Well, they put the blitz on. You called it before the play. And the one thing that defensive coordinators around the NFL have talked about is disrupting Bono's timing. 2nd down and 10. And Leroy Thompson off the block, but that guy that he was blocking came in, and Ken Harvey snuffed out Thompson. Alt tried to get him, but it was played so well by the linebacker.
It was played excellent because it's a Bronco force. Because of the formation, they're out of DBs. The linebacker has to turn the play in. Watch him get underneath the tackle, turn it and sneak right up underneath John Alt. John Alt has become a pass blocker more than a run blocker. You saw it right there.
The Bronco force.
Bronco means backer has to turn it in because there was a wideout that took the defensive backs out of it.
3:15 clock ticking here in the 3rd. Chiefs 17-3 over Washington. 3rd down and 7. Bono again hit and brought down and sacked for a 2nd time today. And for a 4th time this year, Ken Harvey comes up with a quarterback sack.
And he did a loop. You'll see him loop. Now, that's 2 good plays by Harvey in a row. He's trying to get this guy's going to come up, and Harvey's going to come up underneath. Here comes Harvey. Got right past the guard. Oh, man, he's got 2 good plays in a row, trying to help his team get in this.
And the 3rd consecutive time the Redskins have forced the Chiefs to punt the ball.
You call it. They're hanging around. Now, offensively, your quarterback's struggling. Run the ball a little bit here if you're a Redskin fan.
Aguiar the punt. It is high and hanging. Mitchell will wave it away. It'll be inside the 20-yard line when the Redskins get the ball back. And we're down to 2:55 remaining in the 3rd quarter here from Arrowhead. 17-3 lead for Kansas City. Well, next week, the NFL's oldest rivalry heats up as the Chicago Bears take on the Green Bay Packers, followed by the matchup of the season, the 49ers and Dallas. It all begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check local listings for the game and time in your area. There you see the NFC Central. Minnesota is beating Green Bay right now. Chicago plays Pittsburgh in about 40 minutes. Tampa Bay, you never know what they're going to do. They have a 5-4 record heading into this weekend. 1st down and 10. Terry Allen with the marker down, and he works his way to the 21-yard line, brought down by Derek Thomas. We have not talked about Derek a great deal today, but his presence nonetheless has been felt by that offense of Washington, and that's a holding against the Redskins.
And Gunther Cunningham, the new defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, he felt what we felt, and he built an 8-man front. He stacked the whole thing up so there was no run. He felt what we felt. They're having trouble throwing.
Holding, offense, number 89, 10-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
Scott Galbraith, the tight end. Why, as a tight end, would you ever hold when you know a guy stares at you? I mean, I'm a tight end. I know an official stares at me. Why would I ever try to hold? Not good football. Gunther Cunningham, there is a new defensive coordinator, has changed the style of how they play here in Kansas City. Looked like he had a headache, had his hand on his head.
1st down and 10 is make it 1st down and 20 for Farrat, and the throw is caught by Mark Logan, who's to the 17-yard line and picks up a nice chunk right there. Tracy Simeon with his 2nd solo tackle today. Mark Logan, 5th-round pick by Cincinnati in '87. Sprained his foot last week, but he should probably see more time, but we have not seen him today for Norv Turner.
And we said they had to change the passing game, come back to the tight ends, come back to the backs, and that's what they're trying to do to get back in this thing.
2nd down and 12. Farrat again with pretty good time to throw the ball. Now it goes down, and Derek Thomas the sack. His 1st of the game, the 1st for the Chiefs, and his 6th of the season.
A lot going on this play. The right tackle for the Redskins was playing, but watch the bump and run. Right tackle right here. Watch him hold out. He's winning. He knows he's giving them time, and sooner or later it breaks down on the other side.
He had 5 seconds to throw the ball in the pocket.
And here's what Kansas City can do. Bump, shove, push, knock off the timing. Quarterback. Why is the quarterback holding the ball? Because the corner won't let the wide receiver get off the line of scrimmage.
So now it is 3rd and 20, and the Redskins have not converted a 3rd down all day long. Hit and brought down. Farad, a fumble on the play. So Liamua's got it. Neil Smith jarred it free, and they will mark it down at the 3, and a penalty flag thrown against the Washington Redskins. So that moves the ball back. They had a delay of game, Jerry.
Well, at least they didn't lose the ball with the delay of game.
Delay on the offense. Still third down.
And again, the Redskins escaped the bullet.
And the Kansas City Chiefs have not blitzed all day. They faked the blitz.
Reset the clock to 1-3-1. 1-3-1, please.
This is 2 weeks in a row we've had this officiating crew, and all you get with this crew is good calls. They may now be the best officiating crew we see. That's hard for me to say.
Well, I know it. I'm looking at you.
I know it fell out my left ear.
Penalty again for the Redskins, moving it back. They got 6 today. One of the least penalized teams in football. 3rd down and 25 yards to go. It is loud where they are, and Derek Thomas is offsides, and the handoff goes to Brian Mitchell. And Mitchell works his way to the 7. As we said, a penalty marker thrown. May have been Derek Thomas.
It looked like he left way too early.
Sometimes it's so loud the defense can't hear the cadence either. That's a penalty flag on Washington.
There he goes. That's what I get for bragging on him.
You just said it was a good crew.
It never fails. As soon as we brag on them, they go
Defense
improve.
unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
With his accent, I think I sat with him in Alabama at a Talladega race.
With Derek Thomas?
No, with the official. With the
Walt Coleman?
Yeah, it sounds like his voice. Everybody in Talladega talks like that.
Just glad they can talk.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to get some bad mail.
Trouble now. 3rd down and 20. I meant racing fans, that is. 0 of 9 today, as you can see, and that is
that's
not a good
headache.
percentage.
And I got to say this, Kansas City's done this without one single blitz. They're just lining up, playing bump and run, destroying the timing of the route, and letting the 4 people go after the quarterback.
Please reset the clock. 1-2-4. 1-2-4.
So it is 3rd down and about 20 yards to go, and this will be the longest 3rd down that Washington has faced today. And like we said before, they're 0 of 9 on 3rd down conversions.
And see, the bump and run is on every receiver, so they jam everybody, and that's disrupting the whole passing game.
Blitz coming on. Bayless is 21. He backs off it. Farad with the quick drop and intercepted. A flag is thrown, but pick off on the play by Kansas City.
3rd and 21, throwing a 3-yard slant.
Dale Carter was
It's against Kansas City.
Dale Carter picked it off, but it will be wiped away. This is the 2nd Kansas City interception wiped away by a Chiefs defensive penalty.
And you wonder why they're even calling this play offensively. If you're going to go for 2 yards, you might as well hand it off. He's up here, and he must have held on the quick slant. Let's see him. Yeah, he grabbed and jerked him. Another good call by this crew.
Defense, number 34. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Right there, he'll jerk him. Watch him jerk him. Pulls him right down.
No wonder he made the interception.
Yeah. But I don't like that throw. You're not going anywhere anyway. It's kind of a, if you're going to throw it, put it up and try to get the 1st down. Otherwise, run it.
But they get the 1st down. Redskins only with their 2nd 1st down this half, and we've got 1:05 remaining in this quarter with the Chiefs leading 17-3. Now they got a little bit of breathing room out at the 15-yard line. Terry Allen is in the backfield with the 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line, and the handoff quickly. Mark Logan nowhere to go. Loss of about a yard, and the tackle by Derek Thomas.
Defense, if you run where the ball is designed, you'll see they can win with the good defensive linemen. Watch all the defensive line penetrate. Booker's already in the backfield, got a right hand on him, disrupts the whole play.
Booker, 2 years out of Cincinnati.
Here's where they got to throw it. You can see the tight end in the backs as compared to the wideouts.
2nd down and 10 for Farad. He gives off again, and what a stick up the middle by Keith Traylor. Terry Allen was met almost, it seemed, when he got the ball from the quarterback, Farad. And Traylor is down.
But I got to say this, the Redskin coaches are doing what they have to do. They're struggling with that passing game. You got to help the quarterback with the run. So it's not successful, but they're making the right decisions on what they're trying to get done here. They're hanging around. I got to give them credit. They've hung around for 3 quarters. They're still there.
Because of their defense. Traylor is down. And speaking of the Redskins defense, we just got word that Darrell Green has strained his left Achilles. His return is doubtful. So once again, just another change and another injury that this team, this Redskin team, has got to go through. 14 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Kansas City up on a Bono touchdown pass and a Marcus Allen touchdown run of a yard. There's George Jameson and Tracy Simeon, 2 nice run-stuffing linebackers for the Chiefs. They're still looking at Traylor. The Chiefs coming into today have won 4 consecutive games, their best start since 1969. And for Marty Schottenheimer, Jerry, in his 12 years as a head coach, the best start he has ever had. That's 7-1.
But he's always there. One thing about Marty, when he was at Cleveland and they did not have a quarterback, he was still there. I can remember when he went and played Miami in the playoffs. His teams always end up finding a way. He will not beat himself. Some people call that conservative. Some people call that boring. But it usually results with a winning team.
Now, the 4-0 division record is important because Kansas City has beaten each of their division rivals, and they've got the 4-0 unblemished record in the division. They have beaten the Raiders even more importantly, and the Raiders, Jerry, are 2-2. So in essence, in the division, Kansas City's got a 2-game lead, although they have them by just a 1-game advantage in the overall mark. 3rd down and 10 for Farad with Allen in the backfield and stranded at his 15. Farad again, pocket closes. He's got to get to the 25. He's got the first down, and he's out to the 29-yard line, and another flag is thrown.
I heard whistles blown. Did you hear it?
The quarter ended before the snap. Quarter ended before the snap.
What a break for the Chiefs defense.
I heard the whistles.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Chiefs 17, Washington 3. We'll return to Arrowhead after these messages from your local. We begin the 4th quarter at Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium, once again filled to capacity with Jerry Glanville, Kevin Harlan on a beautiful day for football, about 55 degrees, a little bit of breeze that both teams have had to deal with. Redskins staying in this game with defense if they could get their offense on track. Although they were without Ellard and Westbrook for today, their 2 biggest guns, they would have a chance. They're hanging around. They got 3rd and 10 right now. On the 15-yard line, Farad, and caught on the play by Jamie Asher. That is his 3rd reception today. The rookie out of Louisville making his first 3 receptions in his pro career.
It was a low ball, and here's Asher coming in. He digs it right off the ground. It's going to be right over the center. Quarterback sees it. It's a low ball. Nice job of going down and catching it.
10-yard completion there by Farad, who began 4 of 4. But since that time has gone 6 and forever. It has been a rugged day for Farad. He's been high. He's been wide. There needs to be on the money on this drive. Time is winding down. And he is right on the money. Caught by Orlando Truitt. He's got a first down to the Kansas City 24-yard line. And a flag thrown, a late flag. That was a pickup and a strike by Farad of 30 yards.
Remember the bump and run. Watch the bump and run with James Hasty. Plus they got a face mask. Bump and run. James Hasty, number 40. Get your hands on him. He missed him. When you miss him, Farad is back on rhythm. He didn't get the hand jam, so the rhythm comes back, and Farad looks like a different quarterback.
And you know what a quarterback's confidence, Jerry, becomes when he is hit 2 nice passes like that.
They keep, like you said, they're hanging around. They're hanging around. They're going to get back in this thing.
Longest play of the day by Washington. First down and 10 yards to go from the Kansas City 40-yard line. Somebody moved on the left side. There goes a flag, and Farad with the wide open Brian Mitchell, and it's just off his fingertips at about the 12. But there was a marker thrown on the play as the ball was snapped, and it looked like it might be someone on the left side of the Redskins line.
And the quarterback slipped and fell down, caught himself on his hand. That's why you didn't see that pass hit. They had a touchdown open, but
False
the quarterback
start
fell down.
prior to the snap, number 89, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's Galbraith, and that's his second penalty today in the same kind of call.
He's right over here. One tight end in motion. He slips. Tight end moves.
Redskins with the 7th play of the drive upcoming. First down and 15 with the motion penalty.
Blitz, first down.
Blitz is set. Simeon's got the sack. His first this year.
Well, we said they've been doing this without the blitz. Simeon comes right up the A gap, in the center guard gap. He's going to run, come right through there. They're pulling the guard off the bootleg. Mitchell had to pick up the blitz. That's the problem with play action pass. Your quarterback has to turn his back and doesn't even see the blitz coming. So
Simeon.
again, Gunther Cunningham picking his spots. Blitzes one time, makes a big play.
That loss throws him back even further now. Second down and 25, and the ball resting at the 45-yard line for Gus Frerotte. Over the middle, dropped again. The 4th dropped pass today. That time Logan couldn't find the handle. Right now, let's go back to Hollywood for this McDonald's game break and our good friend James Brown.
Kevin, take a look at Green Bay's comeback. This is a touchdown here. Play action. Ty Detmer to Mark Chmura. And then they go for the 2, just like Mike Holmgren drew it up. He throws it looking for Edgar Bennett. Goes off of him. Who's there but Chmura again? We're all tied at 24. Back to Kansas City. Kevin and Jerry.
Thank you, James. Favre in that game, Jerry twisted an ankle, so now they've got Detmer in there. Usually it would have been Mark Brunell, but he was traded to Jacksonville, and so now they go to Detmer, and the former Heisman Trophy winner with the big play. Here's 17-3 Kansas City with an injury timeout. That's just off the Country Club Plaza, the world-renowned Country Club Plaza here in Kansas City, the little Riverwalk that was just completed this past spring, and the injured player Trey Johnson.
He hyperextends his knee right there, but the good news is he did walk off with help, but he hyperextended his right knee.
Third down and 25. Redskins 1 of 10 on third down. Frerotte escapes and throws to Mitchell, and it's a little bit high. And the Redskins have got a punt.
Had the quarterback running. He's running, trying to escape. There's nothing smooth or settling in. If they don't have the pass rush, they got the jam on the wide receiver. There's Trey Johnson. They're looking at his knee. He got bent the wrong way. He's had ankle problem.
Ankle problems have been his story early in the season. In fact, he had missed 5 of the last 7 games, but was back today. Not 100%, he told us. Not 100%, but nonetheless in there playing. So a punt. 4th consecutive second-half punt by the Redskins, and the offense continues to bog down. It's Vanover at the 15 with the fair catch, and that's where Kansas City will start off on a 40-yard punt by Matt Turk. We're in the 4th quarter in Kansas City. Just under 13 to play. Steve Bono and the Chiefs on top. A tired Kansas City defense. They've done a good job in the second half, forcing the Redskins, Jerry, to punt 4 consecutive times as you take a look at Dale Carter. Probably the most talented, most athletic player that this franchise has ever known. I mean, there have been some great ones, but I think it is universally accepted he has as much athleticism as any player ever to play in Kansas City. Goes down and 10. Here comes Greg Hill trying to stay athletic, and there goes the marker flying, and no room to run for Hill as Rod Stevens came in and shut the door.
Good job by the middle linebacker going all the way to the outside.
Holding penalty, and it's against Kansas City. The Kansas City offense has not done much this half.
Their last time they really looked good was right before the half. They got the ball with 1 minute and 30 seconds and looked like a big-time football team. And I think you got to give credit to the Redskins defense. They're playing their heart out without much help.
Offense number 67, half the distance to the goal, still first down.
67 for Kansas City does not exist. I think he meant 76. 67 is Brian Proby, who is a defensive player. That does not exist on the offensive side. And there's Big John Alt. Early pick many years ago out of Iowa. So many games he has weathered. But the toll physically has been something that he has to deal with all the time. First down. Oh, and a nice play. Greg Hill wrapped up and brought down by Ken Harvey, who's playing a great game today for Washington.
Ken Harvey this week looks like the Ken Harvey of last year. Last year, he did this for a whole season. Watch him come stunning in there. He'll come off the left side. There he is, all the way underneath the blocking back. Kimball didn't have a chance. See him come underneath him? What a nice play. He hit him with his, it's called wrong arm block protection. He hit him with his outside arm. Boom, makes the play.
Second down and 20 now. And Bono from his own 6 guns it out on the wing. Caught by Hill, who's in space, but that quickly leaves him. He's out to the 9. Rod Stevens again with the man shutting off the side.
The Redskin defense is keeping them in it. Hanging around, playing as hard as they can. If they could, the field position here will finally give the Redskin offense some field position if they can get out here on this 3rd and a mile.
It's the 22nd ranked NFL defense, but today against the Chiefs, they've looked like number 1. They've really played well, in particular in the second half. Kansas City got 2 strikes into the end zone their first 3 possessions. There's a 3rd down and 16 for Bono. He sets up in the end zone, evades the rush, and throws a pass. Ricochet, and it is dropped, not intercepted. Darryl Pounds just about had picked off his first NFL interception.
And you got to love the Redskins defense. They have electricity. This ball goes up, and everybody gears it up and goes faster for the deflection. Watch all the white shirts take off. Everybody's coming after that. Wow, that looked like an interception. I knew if I bragged on those officials that they'd go Hagwire. Look at this. Look, watch this. Got it? Probably thought the ground helped him catch it.
Aggie are to punt for a 4th consecutive time in the second half, and the punt is very shallow and won't go anyplace. Mitchell watched it, and here's the field position the Redskins have been trying to get most of the day. The trail 17-3. We are in the 4th quarter. Touchdown from Marcus Allen and a 19-yard touchdown pass from Steve Bono. The Chiefs have turned it over twice, but over the last 8 possessions, 4 by each team, 4 punts for Kansas City, 4 punts for the Washington Redskins.
I think maybe the Kansas City Chiefs got in there at halftime and felt real comfortable. Thought this thing was okay, we're all right, because they haven't looked the same. And the Redskins offense has looked the same the whole game. They're struggling, but their defense is trying to keep them in it and keep hanging around.
Redskins open up just under 11 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. First down and 10 yards to go, and Farrat will swing it out. A bad pass to Mark Logan. It is incomplete. What would you like to see of this offense, and namely quarterback Gus Farrat?
Well, the coaching staff did exactly what you do. When your quarterback is struggling, you draw and you screen. And that was a screen, and he even threw that bad. But the coaches are right on top of this thing. Nothing's going right. You can't push the ball down the field. You screen and you draw. They tried it, and he threw a bad screen.
Farrat, who came into today 2nd in NFL passing yards, and in the middle of the pack in terms of his quarterback rating, has had one of his worst pro performances. 2nd down and 10. He's wide. There goes a flag. They were looking for the rookie Asher, the tight end, and it was incomplete.
Just Asher being in there tells me they're mad at Scott Galbraith for making those penalties. He had a couple of crucial penalties. So I admire the Redskins. They're trying to do what's right. They're making the right calls.
Defense number 34, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Dale Carter is tagged for his 2nd penalty today. Make it his 3rd penalty on Carter.
If you can run that fast, you don't need to hold. He's too good an athlete to have to rely on holding. But when you play bump and run, they watch you closer. You get away with less. But the bump and run is making the quarterback ineffective.
Not many teams play that bump and run.
No, it's a lost start.
8th penalty of the game on Kansas City. Farrat hit as he throws, and looking down the sidelines for Leslie Shepard. And it's incomplete. The coverage by Carter and by Washington.
We're talking bump and run, and here it is. Here's Dale Carter. Watch this bump and run. He's got a man-to-man. Doesn't matter if he goes up in the stands. Doesn't matter if he goes to the bathroom. He's yours. You stay with him. Oh, that's a lost start. Look for the ball. Watch what he did. He looked for the ball before he put his right hand on it. That's what's throwing off the quarterback.
But that bump and the timing of their offense and
throws off all routes.
And you need the athletes to run the bump and run, don't you?
Oh, you got to be an athlete. You and I couldn't play bump and run. We'd have to sag off.
Speak for yourself. Second down and 10. Allen with the run and the carry and the first down for Washington to the 33-yard line of Kansas City with a nice pickup of 12 on the play.
That'll put them back in there. And I like the offense. They're not giving up on the chug. You got plenty of time. Don't try to win the game. Get closer and closer. Get closer. Win the game later. Keep chugging away. Nice running. Oh, boy, running right over people. White should have made that tackle. Ran right over White. His knees are fresh because he practices on grass and plays on grass. So Allen is faster and quicker this year.
Deepest penetration in this half for Washington. From the 33, first down and 10 yards to go. Little play action by Farrat, looking comfortable with the throw, and again he is off target to Leslie Shepard, who he has thrown to 8 times today and only completed 2 passes.
And what's throwing the thing off, let's see if Hastings gets hit. There he's in the full press position. Note he didn't get a hand on him, but the receiver had to jump and juke around before he ever left the line. And that's what throws off the timing pattern, but you still got to stick it in there.
Well, in the absence of Ellard, who was injured last week, and Westbrook, who was injured 2 weeks ago, Leslie Shepard has been the man they've been looking at. Second down and 10.
Blitz.
Here comes Simeon again, and this time they get it out, but no one is there. In fact, the running back, Mark Logan, seemed to get caught up in all the blocking scheme, and it's an incomplete pass.
And too bad that they forgot about the tight end in the back. Remember the game plan. We saw the wide receiver, 2 catches out of 8. Come back and find the tight end in the back. Come back and find him.
By the way, if you're wondering why Turner always takes that scorecard there, his own personal play sheet, and puts it up to his mouth, he doesn't want anybody to read his lips as he sends in the play. So he covers up his mouth with his play sheet.
Why don't you do that the rest of the game? 3 out of 11.
Third down and 10. The blitz is on once again, and the pass once again is short to Leslie Shepard.
And we went a long time when I said Gunther Cunningham, the defensive coordinator, was not blitzing. I think he's trying to wake his team up now. Now he's blitzing the Kansas City. Say, hey, we're sleepwalking. Let's all get. They're going to go for it on 4th down, by the way.
There's Cunningham on the left, and Paul Hackett is in the white shirt there looking down with the headset on. He is the offensive coordinator. They're going for it, Jerry, on 4th down and 10. And during the season, they've had pretty good success. But then they also had Ellard and Westbrook.
Everybody's standing in the stadium. They know this is big.
And Farrat will burn his first time out of the half, and it comes with 9:43 remaining in the 4th quarter. And as he goes over and talks with Norv Turner, we'll break here in Kansas City. Redskins on the move with as big a play as they've had today. Well, the Chiefs on top 17-3. Hey, Jerry, see your brother's got the tickets you left for him today.
Well, but he lost his jacket. You know, being these 2 people is one thing. How about having to sit next to him the whole game? Look at that poor girl with earmuffs in front of him. I got to sit next to these guys.
Their newest mission was supposed to bring him back home to earth, but someone doesn't want him to make it. And the killer could be one of their own. Space Above and Beyond. A terrific new show returns with a brand new episode tonight at 7/6 Central.
It's 22-man coverage, man-to-man with 2 free safeties, Kevin.
4th down and 10. Farrat runs into his own blocker. They've got to get to the 23, and in the end zone he had Shepard for the slightest of moments, and it's incomplete. And on downs, the Redskins turn it back to the Kansas City Chiefs.
And the Kansas City Chiefs fooled everybody. They showed 22-man and turned into all-dog blitz. The people that had the backs walk out to the outside and blitz. Watch what we'll show you. They show you 22-man. These 2 people were here. They moved out here, and they both blitz, meaning the deep man has this back, and this deep man has that back. If they block, you break off free. Ah, they're cheating. There it is. They totally have him. Gunther Cunningham, the defensive coordinator, should have been arrested. He cheated him. He won.
So now back to the Kansas City offense. First down and 10 yards to go from the 33-yard line with the lead block from Shields. Greg Hill. First down to the Redskin 43. 22-yard gain.
And this is a speed back. Pulling the backside guard, Will Shields. Look at Will. Will isn't as fast as the running back, Greg Hill, but he opens up the way.
How does a man that big, speaking of Shields, move that fast?
Has to have a big foot. Has to have that 15 double E shoe.
You love the interior of that Kansas City offensive line.
I think they can run right at anybody they play.
First down and 10. And Leroy Thompson, he's got yardage close to a first down. A flag thrown late. He's to the 36 and a gain of 9.
And that umpire was in on the tackle.
That was Rex Stewart.
Old Rex lost his headgear on that one. Watch the cutback. He's going to start to his right and bring it back to your left. Look at the block. Look at this block. Wow.
No one ever talks about the Kansas City offensive line, Jerry.
Will Shields absolutely buried everybody on that side.
Holding. Offense number 82. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Your tight end is being stared at. Why would he hold, Kevin?
Derek Walker is called for the violation that pulls it back to the 45.
Watch Will Shields. Watch this guard's block in the play. Watch where he ends up. It's a pancake. It's a crush.
Penalty pushes it back now to the 45, where it is first down and 20 yards to go for the Chiefs. Not a lot of Marcus Allen in the second half, probably by design. And a delayed handoff, and Kimball Anders finds room. Anders has got to get to the 35, and he muscles his way to the 41. James Washington makes the stop. Here's a free agent, Kimball Anders. Who would have thought that he'd have this kind of huge contribution to this Chiefs team?
They were in a strong formation, which meant they were running to the tight end and countered back to the weak side.
You love it, don't you?
It's
textbook.
Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
Almost textbook. Well, all that is holding true right now. Second down and 8 yards to go at the 42-yard line of Washington. Chiefs on top, 17-3. A play action by Bono, and his receiver fell, and that was Kimball Anders. And Tony Woods got in the way.
And we haven't talked about Marcus Patton. He had good coverage on that. I haven't mentioned him all day. That tells you how good, the Kansas City Chiefs are. When they can keep him on, and that was a free. He had good coverage. He had that play eaten up. But it's the first time that he showed up all day.
How good Kansas City is. How good are they?
Offensive line, I think, can make them excellent. I think that's going to take them a long way.
Third down and 8. Kansas City is one of their last 8 in third down conversions. So they have really been staggering in that category. It looks like Bono is checking off. He's pump faking, and he's looking for Slaughter, and he's low. And almost an uncatchable pass for Slaughter. So Kansas City has got a punt. Once again, the Redskin defense is there. This punt will be the 5th in a row in the second half for the Chiefs.
And that was not a good pass by Bono. He hasn't been real sharp the second half. He was very sharp the last drive, the first half, with 1:30-some seconds. Since then, he has not looked sharp. I think they got to go run the football, try to stretch this thing out.
Ryan Mitchell has really not been hurt. Gagliar really has done a very good job punting the ball, really kind of knocking Mitchell out of contention. Here he gets it up at the rim of the ceiling. It is knocked up so high. 42-yard punt by Louis Aguiar. The idea is to keep it in, and that's why he's not all that pleased with that. But the bottom line is he has kept it away from Mitchell when it is counted today.
And that was the big weapon that the Washington Redskins could bring into the ballgame, was the return game.
Well, for the next 5 weeks, Kansas City will be on the road. It begins with San Diego there, of course, in the Super Bowl a season ago. And then look what after Houston comes down the Chiefs' way. At Dallas, at Oakland, and at Miami. It may come down to that December 3rd game, Jerry, at Oakland, deciding who has home field in this division.
Well, after today, they better watch out for Houston.
Yes, Houston is playing well at Cleveland.
Giving them a beating.
Heath Schuler has come in the game for the Washington Redskins. Schuler hasn't played since week 1. With time and the throw and the incompletion to Alanda Truitt. Heath Schuler.
And I think that's a good call by the head coach of the Redskins. I'm a Gus Frerotte fan, and I think Frerotte is special. I think he's got things that would make him a special player on any team. But today's the day. He's suffering so bad they don't have time to run the ball now. Now's the time to bring on the other rookie.
Schuler was injured in the opening week of the season in the second quarter against Arizona. The right shoulder was sprained. He's been practicing for the last month. And here he comes in on 2nd down and 10. The handoff goes to Terry Allen. And Allen weaves his way to about the 22 where Tracy Simeon brings him down for the Kansas City Chiefs. A big contract by Schuler and Jerry, to say the least. Although he played well in the last month of last year, the #1 rated NFC Eastern Division quarterback, his rookie season was a disappointment to many.
Well, the only way a rookie, whether he's Schuler or whether he's Frerotte, gets any better, and that's by playing. You can't get better watching. You got to go out and you got to play. He'll get better just like Frerotte did the more times he gets to play.
Mitchell's in the backfield. 3rd down and 7 yards to go for Heath Schuler from his own 22-yard line. Rush comes on, and Schuler will be sacked. Dan Saleamua. 3rd by the Chiefs, and the 1st by Dan, his 5th of the year.
And you wonder why he didn't bring the ball out. You can see from up here, there's nobody open. The Kansas City Chiefs went full press with 2 free safeties helping everybody man-to-man, and there's absolutely no place to throw that football. 21 had an intercept. Martin Bayless was going to intercept it, and Schuler knew better than to throw it.
This will be the 5th punt in 6 possessions in the second half by the Washington Redskins, and the 17th punt of the game. Kansas City especially don't need to see that, as Dana Hughes is deep back for the Chiefs and not Vanover. And this is going to give the Chiefs outstanding field position, as they'll take it about their own 48. Vanover has left the game with the right shoulder bruise. So he is out. Hughes will return the rest of the way, as we see Norv Turner, whose offense, which came into today, Jerry, ranked number 10 in the NFL and averaging 22 points a game, has been held to 3 by a tough Kansas City defense.
But they came in with some of the weapons staying at home. Some of the big, you talked about big plays. The receivers that made those big plays are not here. Then all those good plans don't work as good.
We'd like to remind you that near the conclusion of today's game, Jerry and I will select the Miller Lite player of the game. There is a injured Darrell Green, an Achilles problem, doubtful for the rest of the way, and James Washington and this defense have done a great job for the Redskins, keeping it as close as it is. It is 17-3 with Kansas City on top. 1st down and 10, handoff, and Greg Hill scampering by midfield into the 47-yard line of Washington with a solid pickup of 6, and brought down by Stanley Richard and Dexter Nottage.
And Will Shields, we keep talking about Will Shields. He's the left guard. Watch him. Watch what he does. He's the guy that leads it up through. There he is on the middle linebacker. Knocks Rod Stevens down and gets downfield and gets the next one.
And tries to push his running back a couple extra yards.
You're talking about MVPs. This may be the first time Miller Lite's got to give the most valuable player to a couple of guards.
Number 68 is the man playing guard today, Will Shields, on the right side. 2nd down and 4 on the 46-yard line. Greg Hill again. Oh, wrapped up by Dexter Nottage. There was nowhere to go there.
Nice play, instant pressure. And again, the Redskins have done this the whole game on defense. This time they're pulling Dave Zott, and they get penetrated. The Redskins get that penetration. And you said it. They absolutely, look how many times they forced a punt. 32 rushes for Kansas City.
Chiefs are averaging 135 yards on the ground this season. 3rd down and 8 now. Coming up for Bono from midfield. He has to get down to the 43. Roy Thompson will take it. And Thompson is close to the 1st down. An extra burst there at the end may have gotten it for him as Ken Harvey makes the stop, and we'll have to see where the spot is. They actually had to get inside the Washington 43-yard line. Ooh, so they'll bring the marker out.
They gave him a good spot, too. I don't know if he got that far. Bono signaling they need about a yard. Everybody up here telling Marty to go for it. And if they don't make it, they'll all be telling Marty on Monday, you got to get a new job. So,
well, the rushing of the Chiefs, we talked earlier, Jerry, about is this a Marty Schottenheimer top team? It's the best he's had here, and they've probably done it in a way that I'm sure early in his career they never, or he never envisioned they would. That is throwing the ball as opposed to run. But this year, I think more than anyone would anticipate, they have had a nice balance of the run and pass.
Well, he's back, I think, doing more running than what he did when Montana was here, and he wants to do that. But they played good defense, and he has clock management and game management. All the decisions, other than this one, are the right ones. He just made his first wrong one. But they'll probably get the first down because of the line. But he probably figures Washington's offense isn't going anywhere. I can take this chance. But knowing Marty, in all the years I coached against him, he would punt here.
4th down and 1. Chiefs are 2 of 2 today on 4th downs. Marcus Allen is in the game, used sparingly in this second half. Is in motion, and the handoff goes to Richardson with just his 6th carry of the year, and all 233 pounds of him bulldozing up the middle, and that'll move the chains and continue to give it to Kansas City as we wind down this one at Arrowhead.
All short yardage and goal line is Marcus Allen. Where is he going? We'll tackle him. He goes that way, and they give it to the fullback opposite the direction Marcus Allen went. Smart call. If they took him the same way Marcus went, they would have whacked him.
Talking before about why Kansas City has had the kind of season they have had, about the running game and the passing attack and the mistake-free play of quarterback Steve Bono, but they've really avoided all kinds of major injury too. We've seen a lot of injuries today, for instance, against the Redskins, as Bono with the fake and going deep, and it is incomplete. Carter was circling under it as they were looking down low for Willie Davis.
Bono's deep throws today have been pure ugly. There's no deep throw that's looked good.
And he's got a pretty good deep throw.
Ordinarily he throws better deep than what Montana did, but today's not his day. Neither quarterback, you know, you go home bragging on either quarterback. You go home bragging about what the Washington Redskins defense and the Kansas City offensive line.
And there's no doubt today that while the defense has headlined things for the Redskins, offensively they have missed Ellard and missed Westbrook. 2nd down, 10 yards to go, and once again Greg Hill is sent up the middle with little room but not much, and they continue to dig, and that extra effort gets him to the 39 and gets him about a gain of 1. But Jerry, as a former coach, you can appreciate the lack of injuries. Now Vanover is out for the rest of the game, nothing serious we are told, but they have really avoided the major injury. Maybe more than anything else with a team like Kansas City, that's a very big factor.
Although Marty thought, when he talked to us on a Friday or Saturday rather, he thought they had more depth than they ever had.
Yes.
He thinks he's got players that can play that don't have a chance to get in. That really impressed me when the coaches say, I got more depth than anybody. If I get injuries, I got players stacked up.
And easily the most depth he has had since coming to Kansas City. 3rd down and 9 for Bono. They got to get to the 31. And with Shields blocking, Kimball Anders busts it free, and Anders has got the touchdown. Career-long 40-yard touchdown run by Kimball Anders.
And it was the guards. The minute the ball was snapped, I started hollering, guards, guards, guards. Not Will Shields alone. They were bringing 2 linemen up through the hole, and he walked it all the way in.
Kimball Anders with his first rushing touchdown this season.
Well, they ought to give the game ball to the guards who let it up through that hole.
Can we give it to the interior of that line? Grunhard the center, and then Shields along with Zott.
You got it. That's the 3 people that are controlled. Grunhard, Shields, and Zott.
Elliott the extra point. That is true as the Chiefs now go on top by a count of 24-3 over Washington.
This will sound like a law firm. Grunhard, Shields, and Zott. All the 3 lawyers. Here they come.
They major in personal injury, huh?
Look at this. They pulling Ricky Ziegler, the backside tackle. They're all coming into this thing. And this back did a good job, but watch 66. He's got Harvey. Here comes Ziegler. He's bigger than a house. There's Shields. All right.
He got 2 blocks there. He knocked down at the end there, James Washington.
You want a law firm? Hire Shields, Grunhard, and Zott. That's your 3 lawyers of the day. Look at Big Ziegler, 66.
They're big enough to convince any juror.
And really, the back just hit in there behind him. Just was hiding out there a little bit. And they finally wore down the Redskins defense, who played proud and hung in there forever. But I think you can't keep giving a team that many opportunities without getting a break in your offense controlling the ball a little bit.
Ziegler the tackle, Shields the guard. And the offensive line of Kansas City, which is maybe the least talked about facet of this team, as again paved the way for another Kansas City win. Nice kickoff by Elliott is Ryan Mitchell.
Well, I was going to suggest Anders take those three out to dinner, but looking at the size of him, he may not make enough money to feed all three of them.
Well, next week the NFL's oldest rivalry heats up as the Chicago Bears explode on the scene against the Green Bay Packers. That'll be followed by the anticipated matchup, the Niners and the Dallas Cowboys. It all begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check local listings for the game and time in your area. All here on the Fox Television Network. Green Bay, by the way, is tied with the Vikings in the fourth. Heath Schuler for his second possession, bobbled and dropped the fifth dropped pass today by the Redskins.
You not only have young quarterbacks playing now, you got young wide receivers, and you got different people in there. You can see how they've struggled, but I think a lot of credit's got to go to the Kansas City defense. I think they'll make a lot of offenses have a bad day.
17 different offensive starters this season for the Redskins, who, if you're Norv Turner, have a hard time getting any continuity. And the pass caught breaks a string of 10 consecutive Washington quarterback incompletions. And this is Mark Logan out of the backfield, who has the catch, and he's out to the 24, and a skin player is down at the 28. That is the receiver, Leslie Shepard, cut by Pittsburgh, cut by Tampa Bay, and signed by the Washington Redskins.
And he was getting a full press over there. I think James Hasty was on him. Let's see if we got what happened. Here's James in a full press bump and run. There's a shove. There's a push. They're in the, he popped.
Yep.
Popped the hamstring trying to get off. The bump and run changes everything. The bump and run, especially, there's so little of it nowadays that your young wide receivers don't know what's going to happen. All day they're going to get pushed, shoved, banged. And when you got Hasty and you got Dale Carter, you got two corners that can play it all day long.
And the sad thing for the Redskins is here is another wide receiver going down. Shepard is out. Of course, they're without Westbrook, who's got a bad knee. Ellard pulls a hamstring last week against the Giants. Now they're down to two wide receivers. It's almost comical. Winans along with Truitt. It's a position for a passing offense that Norv Turner orchestrates and dictates that you do not want to be in.
And they were so good at the big plays in the passing game. Led the league in 20 yards or over on big plays.
Shepard had never started before today. In fact, combination of Winans, Shepard, and Truitt had a combined 2 starts in their NFL careers coming into today. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Kansas City.
The field of medicine today recognizes the power of extra-strength aspirin to effectively relieve your worst headaches, fever, arthritic pain.
They are on top of the Redskins here at the 2-minute warning, and the Miller Lite players of the game. 68 Will Shields, you see right there, and his running mates on that offensive line. The center, Tim Grunhard, and 79 there in the foreground, Dave Zott. All about the same age. Shields is drafted out of Nebraska. Zott is a player who comes out of Penn State, 7th-round pick in 90. Grunhard, 2nd-round pick in 90 out of Notre Dame. And there's Trey Johnson, a bad knee and injured. 3rd down for Schuler. The deflection and the pickoff by Mark Collins. His first of the year. Collins inside the Redskin 20-yard line. And then he may have fumbled, and the Redskins may have jumped on it. They got Joe Patton coming up with the ball, and they have not clarified whose ball it is.
It looked like the Red. This would be first down. This would be a first down because the possession.
Change of possession, right.
And one thing about Collins, we talked about watching the film and seeing the linemen. When you watch the Kansas City film,
change of possessions. First down.
Collins batted it, intercepted it. Then when he loses it and the Redskins get on it, it's a first down Redskins, because right now it's a change of possession. But he jumps at you in film. When you watch him, he's the guy that makes plays.
Collins, the former Giant, who is cornerback his first 9 NFL seasons, and now they got him playing some safety as William Bell will take it up the middle for the Redskins. And the clock winding down, we're down to 1:40.
And Ray Brown, the left guard, we like him. Boy, he come up through there. The game, the running isn't a factor now, but Ray Brown is a guard that's coming into his own. So we said earlier, we had 4 guards in this game that are as good as anybody. You had Trey Johnson, who was injured. You had Ray Brown, and then, of course, you had Shields and Zott. So you people that like line play, we had 4 outstanding guards.
Second down and 5, and Schuler is at his own 25. With Tom and the pass, and that is picked off by Dale Carter. Schuler the interception, his second of the year. And they were going for the rookie tight end Jamie Asher. In Kansas City, the giveaway takeaway continues to be the thing that probably epitomizes this team, categorizes this team more than anything else.
And here's the throw by Schuler. We see the ball come into play. Got to catch those. Ran right in, the man intercepted. I'm surprised Bono's still in there. I thought they'd come in with their backup, but they're going to just do a nail down. No, he's going to run the football.
First down and 10 from the Redskin 40-yard line. They got Cash on the move, and the handoff goes to Greg Hill. Hill is down to the 37-yard line. Today's game was produced by Jeff Gowan and directed by Andy Kindle. Gentlemen, thank you very much. A great job here at Arrowhead in Kansas City. The pregame show produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. And for Marty Schottenheimer, his team will go to 8-1, their 5th consecutive win, with the date in San Diego looming on the horizon next Sunday down in Jack Murphy. Second down and 8. We're down to 30 seconds. This will be the final play of the game, and a Kansas City win for the Redskins. They will now have lost 4 of their last 5. And the Redskins with a season-low 201 yards on offense, 5 dropped passes for Coach North Turner. And on third downs today, Schottenheimer's defense came to play, and Turner's offense could only convert 1 of 14. 1 of 14 on third downs.
And I think you got the change in the defensive scheme has helped Kansas City along with their offensive line play. But when Kansas City went to an attacking type defensive line play, that changed the feeling of this good football team.
Chiefs are guaranteed the best record in the NFL. They win it 24-3. They beat the Redskins. We're back with more right after this.
Can you take me for a minute?
Sure.
Thanks. You sure this is the one you want?
Yeah.
Hey, he's adorable.
You like him more than all the others?
Yeah. We'll take him.
And you're gonna walk him?
I promise.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. We only take Visa.
Oh, but this is all I have.
I'm sorry.
There you are. There he is.
We'll take him.
Used more often than any other card in the world. Visa.
Come on, Elmo.
Elmo?
It's the only card you need. After 20 years in silence, our wisest of wise men brought to us the secret of life's greatest mystery.
Oh, wise one, you have finally solved it. The caramel secret.
Yes, So you know how they get the chocolate fudge inside the caramel bar?
Chocolate fudge?
Now there is a new caramel filled with chocolate fudge.
Just when I thought I had it solved, they come up with another caramel. Think, that's all I do.
New caramel chocolate fudge.
Now, Red Lobster has a dinner so delicious.
I don't know where to begin.
It's our new shrimp and chicken sensation. You could start with a bite of our largest fried shrimp.
Ooh, wow.
Wait, maybe a taste of savory garlic shrimp.
Yes.
Hold on. What about our new sizzling chicken skewers?
Sensational.
But you better get started, because it ends soon. New shrimp and chicken sensation. Only at Red Lobster Canada.
Hi, I'm Martine Trotter. Teenage girls no longer rely on words to wound. They use fists and knives.
Guys do it, girls do it. Whatever guys can do, girls can do too.
The level of violence is getting worse. It's not just, you know, one-on-one punch in the face or a push or shove.
We're much more on eggshells when we see even 10 or 12% of these charges being attributed to girls.
Bad Girls, a Global News special report Wednesday at 6:30 on First National.
Global's got a whole world of information tonight. Make an appointment with Global tonight starting at 6 and stay in touch with your world. The Ultimate Showdown. Scott Hamilton, Brian Boitano, Victor Petrenko, Katarina Witt, Christy Yamaguchi, Oksana Bayul. The Gold Championship. Global's got it, November 18th. You're watching the NFL on Global.
The Kansas City Chiefs here at Arrowhead Stadium have won their 5th consecutive game. Their record now vaults to 8-1. The Redskins lose it. They drop to 3-7. They have lost 4 of their last 5 games. And Kansas City got on the board early with a Marcus Allen 1-yard touchdown run.
And we talked about the great line play, and Zott came around and picked off the inside back. Look at 79 laying on his back. Got the linebacker laying down with him.
After a fumble, they came right back, and Bono threw a touchdown pass to 84 Willie Davis.
And Bono wasn't sharp all day, just that first half. They got this drive going right before the half. But other than that, Bono didn't have what I would call a typical Boner day.
And in the second half, it was all defense until Kimball Anders busted one free from 40 yards.
They pulled the backside guard, tackle, led everybody up through the hole, and he just followed. First touchdown this year.
Ricky Sigler with a nice block. The tackle who came around, and Anders with his first rushing touchdown of the season. Defense was a story in this game. In the second half in particular, and for the Washington Redskins, the score is probably not indicative of how close they, at least as a unit, tried to keep the game.
They played as hard as they could play for a long time, and I was impressed with the Redskins' spirit of never giving up, keep fighting, keep playing, and I think the Redskins deserve a cigar for how hard they played on defense.
And offensively, as we mentioned before, no Henry Ellard and no Michael Westbrook, and this was the biggest play offense in the NFL coming in. They had to add 41 plays of 20 yards or more. And when your quarterback is off and you've got second and third tier wide receivers, it makes things difficult.
And what really hurt the quarterback, I think, was the bump and run of the corners for Kansas City. They disrupted all the timing. The dig routes, the 22-yard centers were never there because the corners were so good in the bump and run for Kansas City.
All right, so Kansas City now goes to San Diego next week. The record goes to 8-1. San Diego and the Chiefs next week. So now for Jerry Glanville, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long from Arrowhead Stadium, where the final score is Kansas City 24, Redskins 3. You've been watching Fox NFL Sunday. Good afternoon from Arrowhead.